Hello, nerd friends. How is everyone doing? How is everyone on this Friday night? It is Friday. It is the 20th of September. It is 9 p.m. Hello. Hello, and welcome to the Friday night live stream. How is everyone doing? I was a minute late. Okay, I see you, Aranya. A minute. A minute is not much. Okay. Okay. So, um, yeah. So today I have a lot of ranting to do. Honestly, this one election thing has cropped up again. It has been happening for a few years now, and this time it is just like, oh, अब तो होने ही वाला है. Screw that, नहीं होने वाला है. I have a lot of ranting to do. Because why? About how it's a terrible idea in general. It's extremely terrible, friends. Just letting you know, it is a stupid ass idea. I would say it is worse than demonetization, and that's saying a lot. बट मोदी जी के दिमाग से ऐसे आइडिया निकला पॉक करके और फिर बस बस अब सबको करने का है. सो वी आर हियर नाउ, सो वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट इट एंड आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू व्हाई इट्स बैड. It's very bad. That's the deep dive stream that you have visited, you have arrived at today. And after that, we are going to take callers. I'll share a Discord link soon after the deep dive is done, and then you can join in and you can talk to me. There is no restriction on what you want to talk about. You can talk to me about anything, ask questions. It is going to be a little bit of a rapid fire thing, so we are going to go from caller to caller to caller, and you can just talk to me. So yeah, that's the idea. And I encourage you, if you are someone who does not like me, I encourage you to come and talk to me. Just saying. It's great for me because content, and B, you get to have your say, so we both win, right? I guess. But no. My nerd community is very nice, as I have been. I keep saying again and again. So yeah, anybody and everybody is welcome. Any topics to discuss on Call In Radio? No topics, Shreyas. You can just come in and you can chat about whatever you want. Some of the things I might know, some of the things I might not know. So be ready for that. Maybe you would want to talk about an event that I might not have looked up or read about, or जो भी है. So but that's going to happen. And also, tomorrow we are going to do our first Democracy IRL live version. Now, it is only for Mega and Giga subscribers of my channel, members. It is going to happen at 9 p.m. tomorrow evening, 9 p.m. at night. So, it will be available to you. And if you can't catch it, you can always watch it later. The thing is, it is a little experimental because, again, as I said, this show was designed to be live in a environment which has live audiences. So I don't know how it will translate to a live stream, but we are going to see. See, that's what we do. We are going to see. And to all the people who were like commenting earlier कि अरे बस rich people के लिए ये show होता है etc. Here's the thing, friends. It is not a final product yet, according to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the show that I'm doing on the 28th. It is going to be a solo recording with like 3 cameras and all the things. And then after I see that, I'm going to see what to put out. So in my head, it is still not a complete product. And therefore, I want to just give exclusive access to Mega and Giga members for it. Again, because it's a bit of a trial thing. But later, I'm going to put out some more clips, etc. from the show itself. So you will get to watch at least parts of it. But otherwise, you have to come see me live. It is just a live thing, guys. That's what it is. क्या कर सकते हैं, है ना? सब कुछ तो वीडियो में नहीं जा सकता ना, सब कुछ तो ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. So yeah. Please consider somehow not letting your live clash with Puneet's if that's feasible. I'm going to request him for the same. I believe you both have a certain number of common viewers. Yash, here's the thing. Neither does he delete my his live stream, neither do I delete my live stream. So you can always watch it later. And you can pick. You can. I mean, yeah, I don't mind if you're going to Puneet's live stream also. It's okay. You can always come back and watch later. There are a lot of later viewers. Hello to later viewers. You are awesome. Gym kaisa chal raha hai? Are you cooking right now? Or are you commuting? If you're commuting and you're hearing me, may you have a great commute. May you meet a random person on the public transport who gives you a radiant smile today. Like, with thumbs up. I don't know. Maybe it will happen. Maybe we are that nice now as a country. Unlikely. But still. Amit, thank you. My first super chat here for the latest MPGA, pure joy. May this become a nationwide movement. Great work. Thank you so much, Amit. Much appreciated, friend. MPGA was very fun. If you haven't seen the video, guys, MPGA Bangalore vlog is up. You can see it. Next city kaun sa karna hai? It's a big question. I don't know yet. We will figure. Parliament session is going to happen in November. तो I was thinking उसके पहले एक और city भी कर सकते हैं. Let's see. Chat suggest which do you think should be our next MPGA city? Then I'll put up a poll and then we can figure out. Slow down a bit, my nerd friends. Yes, Vishwadeen. Today I put up a very random video about why I need to slow down. Just thought, why not? It's my channel. I can put these things out also, right? It's my channel. Yeah, it deserves to be there. Anyway, you can watch that. Just some thoughts I've been thinking about for the past 1 year. It has been a year since I started this channel, so there are many thoughts. It is a time of reflection now. As legit question, if the laddoo story is true, then all Brahmins who ate it oh god, that laddoo story. Man, there was this funny thing that Trish has found. Is this one nation, one mother? This is the one, I think. Yeah. Oh man. So context, friends, context चाहिए. Context क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? So apparently, from the little that I read, there is a report that came out from a shady laboratory saying that Tirupati in Tirupati's prasad there is beef tallow. So outrage. Now people are blaming anybody and everybody. And also, they're trying to find Muslim connections, obviously, because it pachta nahi hai, like legit, which is so in a Hindu temple, a Hindu committee decided to give prasad, which was made by a Hindu cook and given to Hindu people. But galti kiska hai? Unka. Anyway. That is happening, and then funny thing, as friendly Twitter people tend to do these days, people have said since 2-3 years, Amma used to fall sick if she tasted Tirupati laddu and used to tell us not to eat too much of it. She told you not to eat too much of it because it is unhealthy to eat too much sweet. Diabetes ho jayega. Oh, anyway, we put it on her general paranoia, as she has 100 complaints about hygiene. Okay. Now I feel a part of her sense something terribly wrong with the laddu. And then all of these people have the same amma who thought it was something terrible with someone's laddu. Oh my lord. People, I tell you, people. Just people. Propaganda has become funny. It is very funny. Nehru is responsible. One nation, one amma. Yeah. Can I get the drafts that you distribute to MPs? I would love to make it more presentable. In the vlogs, it looks a little too simple. Yash, okay, sure. Trish can share the drive link also. Just email us on megnerd@gmail.com. And also, like, you can download them and make them better yourself, and then use them. Send it to MPs, take it yourself, do all the things. We should have counter propaganda propaganda. What does that mean? Counter propaganda propaganda. So just a counter. Because the propaganda gets cancelled, right? Have you left News Laundry? Yes, Yash, hello, good morning. Yes, I have. It's been 2 years. Yash, 2 years I have left. Every stream. But okay. Guys, if you're new, say hi. Let me introduce myself. If this is a random thing that you've just appeared on, you're like, ये क्या है? One nation, one election. Who is this dude? Click. And now you're here. So I'm nice like that. I will introduce myself. Say hi. How the hell can someone mix beef in laddoo? मेरे को नहीं पता Aritra. I have no idea. It's just, yeah. Have you left IVM? Yes, it's been a year. Rehan, Dhiru, Subi Sub, hello, hi. Hello, a few new people. Hello, I'm Meghna. Hi. I'm a content creator, and I used to be a journalist, and before that, I used to be a research nerd with a few politicians. That's me, and now I talk about politics and I live stream random things while talking to you. That's my thing now. Hello. So today we are going to talk about one nation, one election. We are going to start that story by 21:30. Okay? So if you're here for that, or if you're a later viewer who just wants to skip to that part, 21:30. Baad mein I'll put time codes also for your ease. While you're answering, have you started your YouTube channel? Jatin, thanks. Hello, Shreyas, thank you so much for the 5 months mega. Thank you. Much appreciated, friend. Geyser repair ho gaya. Super chat out of Ritvik, thank you. Harshit, private medical colleges are money laundering. Okay. That's a very vague and broad question. So, have we decided which city we are doing it in? MPGA? Next one. Thiruvananthapuram, Kolkata. Noida, Uttar Pradesh. I'm so new here that that me being here is news. Beef tallow is better version of ghee, not better nutritionally. Both are saturated fat, but if you are a carnivore, flavor wise. Okay, I have no comments on that. Beef tallow versus how does it taste, etc. Hello, you're here. Sorry. अब लगता है लोग भगवान के नाम पे कुछ भी खा लेंगे. Did you cover local issues or national issues in MPGA Bangalore? No, there were a lot of local issues. We covered lake rejuvenation, safety of gig workers, safety of sanitation workers, water problems, infrastructure problems, need for local body elections. काफ़ी local थे, mostly local थे. There were some national, but the weightage was on local and state issues. Nagpur, Noida, Kolkata, Bhubaneswar. Okay. Mumbai. मुंबई में करना है क्या? भोपाल में I lose all hope. True. Are we going to discuss Israel's pager attack in Lebanon? I have not really read up on it, honestly. But I heard that there was like explosive material in pagers and those exploded. And Israel was responsible for it. What shitty warfare is this? So random. I don't know. I don't who is such a big idiot considering Tirupati is probably one of the richest temples. I can't imagine doing such things. You can't imagine doing what? Following curiosity, like putting beef tallow in prasad or saving up money and whatever. Actually, it's a very legit question. Tirupati is supposed to be the richest temple in India, right? If I'm not wrong. I mean, it is like the donations are insane. That I know, like gold and all. Just people arpan it, and you are using a cheaper sort of alternative to ghee. Is why you are using beef tallow. Is my guess there, which means the prasad you are giving is being produced in at very cheap cost, and you are a rich temple. इधर भी capitalism घुसा ही दिया. Religion and capitalism go well together. Thus proved. Cost cutting करना है. Ne. I don't know why. I don't know how the temple economy works, honestly. Hello, 20th September, 5:30 or 8, which is better? 28th September. Oh, the shows. So 8 is the Delhi shows. 8 is going to be a recording. It is a live recording. The 5:31 is going to be with a guest. So you can pick either one. I think either one will work for you, whichever you like. Both are different shows, but both are different shows. So you can pick. Different in the sense, content is more or less okay, same, but the simulations are different. What does money have to do with religious restrictions? Would a company putting gelatin laced items for Muslims due to low funds be okay? Very poor logic. I didn't give that logic. I'm saying you're saving on using ghee and instead using beef tallow because you want to save cost. That's the point I was making. In a temple. And then I'm like, why? Why not? Why not use ghee? Why not use just pure nice ghee? Because you're a rich temple. Why won't you give that to your devotees? Is that so wrong to ask? And why do you have to bring in Muslims everywhere? I don't get this. Like, seriously, Hindus ने Hindus को चोरी किया, like beef का tallow खिलाया, all the things, and you're like, हाँ, but Muslims के बारे में क्यों नहीं outrage करते? What is this nonsense? Like random, कुछ भी मतलब. So if someone said before that someone healed from an illness by eating prasad, then it was beef that healed them. Well, beef tallow, saturated fat. Also, laddoo, guys. Sorry, but I'm not a laddoo fan. Can I say that? I'm a modak fan. I like modak. Laddoo, not so much. Baked rasgulla, yes. Modak, yes. Coconut barfi, yes. Daulat ki chaat, amazing. But everything else, no. No, just no. I can't think of anything else that I like. Yeah, no. Ice cream, that's it. Ice cream. All sorts of ice cream. Modak is love. I know. Technically, aren't all dairy products non-veg? Yes, they are. Thank you, Trishi. Chat, do you think all dairy products are non-vegetarian? I think so. I don't know. Like, what is the... Where do you draw the line? Some people say that egg is vegetarian. I'm like, please. Just because you want to eat egg and then still claim you're vegetarian, you can't just change a food item to mean something that fits your general belief system. It just doesn't work that way, friends. It just doesn't. Yeah, see, you're not at all allowed to say you hate laddu. Arey, dragoons, Which laddu though? Which laddu? Big question. Besan ka laddu, terrible. Bundi ka laddu, the solid one, terrible. Bundi ka laddu, the semi-solid, thoda sa chikat one, yeah, ठीक है, that's fine. That's ठीक है. I can still go behind it. I would eat it actively, but I get it. I get that one. See, laddu's varieties. Dinkache laddu, if you're Marathi, you know what a dinkache laddu is. Horrible. It's chicky. No, it's horrible. Pregnant women eat dinkache laddu. Besan is terrible. I know, yes. Are you following the RG car case? I mean, yeah, I've been talking about it for a while now. Not today, but I have been following it. Also, by the way, that report that came out was from a very shady lab, is what I'm reading. So please don't take it seriously either way. It's just like a random issue that just popped up and everybody's like, oh my god, kya ho raha hai? The propaganda is funny though. Okay, this is interesting. What is this? Indian diaspora preparing for Modi's upcoming visit to the US. अरे मोदी जी US जा रहे हैं? Oh no, shit, no, oof, no, can't show that. I'm so sorry, that was ANI. Oh god, no, sorry Smita Prakash, no, oh god, you can't do this, Trish, to me. You can't do this. You have to be careful. No ANI, no ANI, just no, I'm sorry, no. I got baited by my own research queen. That's not good. No. ये न्यूज लॉन्ड्री वाला है ना मर्च. Very sad that Kapil Sibal is getting hate for defending Mamta. People hate anybody for anything these days. I got Smith rolled. Oh, that needs to be a thing. Smith rolled needs to be a thing. Yeah, I like that. Thoughts on Lebanon pages? I have no thoughts on it. Every time they say Modi revoke their citizenship. It was less than 6. No, it doesn't matter. What they look at is, oh, look, a screenshot with my face on it, with their video. They don't need no logic. 2 सेकंड के लिए भी कॉपीराइट स्ट्राइक देते हैं स्मिता मैडम. Smita madam, which is a giant news channel, I'm scared of her now. I do not mess with her. Okay, गरीब कंटेंट क्रिएटर बड़े बड़े लोग, गरीब कंटेंट क्रिएटर बड़े बड़े लोग, मैं गरीब. Commies destroyed Bengal and now Mamta also destroying. Okay, Krishna, well done, great comment there. Unfertilized egg is veg? What? हैं? ये क्या लॉजिक है? Okay then. Isn't it that you only eat unfertilized eggs? Like, so basically the eggs that we eat normally are basically not to be insensitive here, but they are chicken period eggs. Okay, so that's what I read. I don't know. It's eggs. Eggs are delicious, but they're all unfertilized apparently. You cannot have a fertilized egg come into your egg basket. That just won't happen. See, I was right. Eggs are chicken, period, right? By mistake, you said something slip off your tongue when you were saying about peanut laddu. I didn't say anything about peanut laddu. Dinkache laddu. Dinkache laddu. Dinkache ladu, actually, we call it. One election is okay, but what happens when legislative assembly loses a vote of confidence or even a look? Lok Sabha government loses majority. सारे देश के elections एक साथ कराओगे या president rule? Hardir, I have many answers for that question. Thank you for the support, by the way. I will answer all of your questions on one nation, one election today. As I said, after 4 minutes. Need no prime minister and sitting chief minister from other states in other elections. लॉ आधे टाइम तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ही पहुंच जाते हैं फीता काटने के लिए. Also, the events are organized by taxpayers' money. That's a very ambitious thing. The other, thank you for the support. I don't think it's very practical though. And also, you can't restrict movement of prime ministers and chief ministers and whatever. They can go wherever they want. Why not? They shouldn't. No, they can. I guess they should sometimes. Not all the time. I have thoughts on that. Coming later. Because that is one of the reasons why they also want to propose one nation, one election. Because, oh my god, कितना travel करवाते हो हमसे? Oh my god. ऐसे कैसे? No, that's the garbage reason. सर वो मेरा सुपर चैट का आंसर नहीं मिला. आई थिंक प्राइवेट मेडिकल कॉलेजेस आर फॉर मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग बिकॉज फी इज सो हाई दैट लार्ज नंबर ऑफ पीपल डोंट अफोर्ड. इट इज़ वाई गवर्नमेंट गिविंग सीट्स टू प्राइवेट्स. ओके, सो दैट्स व्हाट यू मेंट. सो हर्षित ये लिखने का था ना. मुझे कॉन्टेक्स्ट तो समझाते ना हर्षित फ्रेंड. And I agree. Like a lot of fronts, like that's what you're saying, right? Hospitals used as fronts to launder money. Yes, agreed. That happens all the time. I know, very aware. Great video about slowing down. I have been worrying about you. Good that you made it. Thank you, Vimo. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, I've been having a lot of thoughts, friends. Lots of thinking is happening recently about why did I start this channel? Why did I start doing this at all? Whether I'm still doing it? What are my priorities looking like? Am I having fun? Am I stretching myself too thin? Yeah, lots of thinking. That's what the video was about. Thank you, Vimo. Oh, look at this. Escanor, thank you so much for the 10 memberships, friend. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Yay. Escanor has given memberships to my man, Mousy, Dr. Ichiban, Manan, Utkarsh, Yash, Jayant, Nikhil, and Nageshwaran and Ashish. Hello, welcome to memberships. Please share your email, megnerd@gmail.com. Wanted to ask, why did people vote again for Congress in 2019? Did they really do good governance in 2004 to 2009? Or people wanted to keep stable as to tackle 2009 financial crisis? Yash, honestly speaking, I have not really gone into the reasons that deeply. To be perfectly honest. But my guess would be that there was no other alternative during that time. I mean, the Congress had pretty much taken over and it was doing fine. And there was no real legit alternative to them. So maybe that is one of the reasons they were seen as a good coalition partner in general. So other parties also came in and joined with them. Maybe that's one of the reasons. Maybe people like Manmohan Singh also, the stability that he offered, etc. Other than that, I haven't really gone into many reasons as to why people voted for them during the 2009 elections. I can tell you about 2014 because I started actively following politics around that time, 2009-10. But I was a very big noob, you have to realize. I had no idea what was happening. So to develop the understanding and to go into the reasons of why people voted for who took me a while. So 2014 is when I did follow why people voted, etc. 2009, not really. Did you add any new shows of Democracy IRL and do you have the dates? Vignan, I haven't, but we are planning out the next bunch of cities. On the list is going to be Hyderabad, Nagpur, and Kolkata. And we are seeing if we can do one in Chennai also. So like अभी चल रहा है, planning चल रहा है थोड़ा सा. Let's see. November में we will be doing those hopefully. Or maybe it will spill over it little bit into December also. But a few more cities coming soon for Democracy IRL. Will your Democracy IRL be online? Yes, tomorrow at 9, but only for Mega and Giga subscribers. So if you are a Mega or Giga subscriber, you will be able to see it live. And I will also keep it for people to watch later. So even if you can't catch it live, you can still watch it later. Brother, tell me something about Mansi Soni issue. Oh, Soumya, what have you brought to my stream? I am not going to talk about Mansi Soni, guys. Chat, should I? No, I'm not. It was really great what you spoke about slow down, and it's important. Even everyone needs to think about it. I agree. I think it's time to slow down. Waiting to see the joke about me. Yeah. There is a very exclusive joke in the set which has Vimo as the punchline. I love it, and it got so many laughs. When I first told Medusa the joke, she lost it. I was like, ah. I'm not going to talk about Mansi Soni, guys. No, I'm not. This is not the stream to talk about. Actually, this is not the page to talk about it. This the channel. I don't know. Mansi Soni is confusing. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to talk about One Nation, One Election now. Okay? Let's go. Okay. So, एक क्वेश्चन पूछते पहले to chat. What is the level of understanding you have for One Nation, One Election? I'll describe levels of understanding. 0, you know nothing about it. 1, you have read about it right now but have no idea what it is. Level 2, you have heard about it before and you have understand a little bit. Number 3, you have been following it for a while, but you still don't understand, but you kind of understand it. Number 4, you're an absolute fucking expert on it. So, tell me the level of understanding you have right now. Chirag is 0, okay. 0.5, 0, 1. Okay, so you found out about it right now. Alright. Giant is 3, okay, following it for a while. 2.5, 2, so heard about it earlier, whatever. So it's between 0 to 2, 2.5. Number 3. We have some 4s here. William is there and Gold Roger is there. Well done, friends. Like it. 3, 2, 3. Okay. 0, 0, 2. So I see a lot of zeros and I see a lot of 2s. There are few 4s I can see. Yeah. Tanish and Soumya are all 4. Oh, 0 or 4. Wow. Schrodinger. Pritam is 10. थोड़ा ज़्यादा, Val is 3. Okay, amazing. Right, I would call myself a 4 because I've been following it for a while now. Actually, I've been following it since 2015 when it was first announced. And I was like, oh, ये क्या चीज़ है? ये क्या नया चीज़ है? What is? So yeah, it's been 9 long years, friends. Like a wise old man. I have been looking at it for 9 long years. I'm pretty sure there are people who have been looking at it even before that, because this is not a new idea. Advani ji was the one who sort of proposed it first a long time ago in the 2000s. Yeah. 2015, exactly. How old were you, Khushi, in 2015? They shove it on my face. How can I not see it? That's true, Nikhil. That's true. So, are you a one? That makes you a one, even if it got shoved in your face, which means you're a one. Hmm. You've been hearing about it since 2015 also? Oh, yeah. You were 11. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So, three people who were 11. Flippant was 15. So, even if you wanted to follow it, you were like, oh my god. Now I feel really wise and old. 28, fair, fair. I was younger than you. Well, 11. Wow. Yeah. 18. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dukedom, what are you guys talking about? We are talking about one nation, one election. I'm just getting a sense of the audience right now. A lot of zeros and twos, basically, no to a little bit understanding, and also super young people, so they don't know what happened in 2015. So that's the assessment currently in my head. Because that is how my explanations will be shaped, no? Killa was 21. I was also. No, I was not 21. How old was I in 2015? 24? 24, yeah. No, 26. Yeah, I have whatever. 24, 26. Jo bhi hai. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so here's what we are going to do, friendos. For one nation, one election. I want to tell you what is it. Then why are they doing it? Then there are some important pointers. And then there is the big plan. I've been talking about the big plan off and on for a few years now, publicly and every chance I get. But this big plan is something that is shaping up, and every time they speak about one nation, one election, or census, or anything of that sort, I find another piece which makes sense, which sort of assures me that the big plan is underway. So I want to tell you about the big plan after that. Okay. Okay. So starting with, what is it? So okay, first things first. Currently, our elections happen in a very simple way. There are levels of government. Yeah, there is parliament, which is the center. There is assembly, which is state. Yeah, so prime minister, chief minister, and then there is the municipality slash panchayat. Okay, so local bodies. We're going to call them local bodies. So three levels pe you have to vote. So as a citizen, after you turn 18, you get chances to vote 3 times in 3 elections. So what has happened is that the first time we had elections, the elections happened simultaneously, which meant that it happened at the same time. So one citizen would go in and they would basically cast their votes on all 3 elections. Then over time, what happened is that some state governments didn't complete their 5-year term, so they ended in like 4 years, 3 years, political destabilization. Some central governments didn't complete their whole term, so 4 years, 3 years, destabilization. Some municipalities and corporations also, and panchayats also, like, went utal putal. So the elections which were happening on the same day, at the same time, same period of time, got skewed. So now what happens is that we have general elections which happened in 2024. If this government completes 5 years, which I don't think that is going to happen. Anyway, if they complete 5 years, then the next one will happen in 2029, right? But then Maharashtra elections are happening in November, December. Then there is Delhi elections. Their election cycle are completely different, month-wise and sometimes year-wise. UP election is in 2027. 2027? I think, yeah, 2027. Haryana election is now. Jammu Kashmir is now. Odisha happens with the center. So essentially, state level elections, municipality level elections happen at different times. Okay? So, that's how elections work currently. Now, our dear Supreme Leader, Shri Sir Adarniya Narendra Modi ji amazingness, he had this idea. I mean, he took an idea out of the grave and re-established it. In 2015, the president comes out and says that we want one nation, one election, and we want the entire country to talk about it. What that means is they wanted to sync up all of these elections to happen at the same time, which would mean that some assemblies would have to be dissolved early, some assemblies would have to be extended to match the timing. Think about it. Like for example, अभी इसके पहले किसका आया था? Which was the election that happened right before the general elections, friends? कौन सा हुआ था? Why am I blanking on this? पंजाब? No, उस तो काफी पहले हो गया था. Remind me. Rajasthan, Telangana, Karnataka. Right. So Rajasthan, Telangana, Karnataka, all these elections happened. Now think about it. Let's say in Karnataka, we have like a new government in place, and then Modi ji says that, oh wait, in 2020, let's say 2026 is when we will do simultaneous elections, which means the term of Karnataka will be cut short. And they will go for new elections, right? On the other hand, maybe someone like Yogi Adityanath, uska to kam cut hoga, like it's like 2027, so no big deal. NBD, they will cut it a little short, right? Then what if there is West Bengal elections are in 2026, I believe. 2026 में West Bengal elections just comes in, yeah, then that doesn't matter anymore. So what they will do is that they will just extend the term a little bit to match it with 2026. So it will go beyond 5 years sometimes. It's like there is no point giving them less than 1 year, so let's just extend it. So that is how they will have to sync up all the states. That would be freaking chaos. Just saying. 2026, yeah. Killa is asking, does anyone know Meghnad's position on one nation, one election? Did you not see the thumbnail, Killa? I think it's a big joke. It's right there. I think it's extremely stupid. It is extremely ridiculous. That's my position. And it can't be executed properly. Hello guys, welcome to my Minecraft world. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, Modi ji playing Minecraft. So they started talking about it since 2015. And what is happening right now in 2023, right before the elections, they set up a committee under ex-President Ramnath Kovind to figure out how to make this possible. And then they came up with a report. So the current latest news is that the cabinet has approved the report. Approved the report. Still repeating. The cabinet has approved a report which will be presented in parliament in winter session. So we will get to see it. That is what has happened. Nothing else has happened yet. Okay. So the way news is playing it up is basically like, oh my god, winter session mein simultaneous. No, that's not, it's not, it's going to require a lot of effort, lot of talking, consensus building. It's a constitutional amendment. You will have to ask all the states for permission. पूरा parliament को pass करना पड़ेगा 2/3 majority के साथ. All the things. It's not going to happen in winter session. I'm just saying. Nope. One nation, one election is one of those schemes they designed when wait, what? Sorry. When they thought they'll be 400 par. It's stupid and won't work now. Exactly, Vimo. But no, actually, this is one of those schemes which they have been planning for a while, even before 400 par. I think this is leading to a very big plan, which is the big plan, which I will come to. I have a theory around that. And I believe this is a little different than the other things that they were planning during this election. This has been happening for a while. Okay, so I have written an article. I'll share it, which kind of gives you like a look into it. This one I wrote in 2017. Okay, very old article. A long time ago I wrote it. Back when I didn't do any videos, honestly. But I did BuzzFeed style articles with GIFs. Some of them are very lame jokes. But मैं बच्चा था, guys. बच्चा था. But yeah. So, like, look at this. 30th January 2016, President said this. Government will debate the simultaneous conduct of elections of Lok Sabha and state assemblies and will have consultations. In our country, people ranging from the common man to the president have at some point or another advocated simultaneous conduct of state and national elections. This is to break the endless cycle of elections, reduce election expenditure and minimize pressure on administrative machinery. The time has come for this to be seriously considered and debated. This was in 2016. They've been speaking about it since 2015. Okay. So imagine बहुत पुराना ये. The time has come 2016. Now we are 2024. Okay, I'll tell you why this didn't work out also, because it's extremely intense and messy. Yeah. Break endless cycle of elections. Okay. So there are 3 reasons which we are going to go through this deep dive, okay, which will cover this, but there are more reasons. Endless cycle of elections, that was one reason. Election expenditure, second reason, and minimize pressure on administrative machinery. Now each of these go into their own different rabbit holes. That's why this is a deep dive. I'll take you through them. Do not worry. I will. And back then, Sir Lalu Yadav has flipped a finger to them, saying that Niti Aayog proposal will destroy regional parties. It is a very legitimate thing that Lalu Yadav said even back then. Even now people are saying the same thing, and it is a very big fear. Okay, will explain. What I wanted to show you was how messy this was. So, by the way, friendos, way back then, look at this. January 2017, Niti Aayog put out a paper authored by Vivek Debroy and Kishore Desai. Click on it and it is nothing. What? I had read the paper back then. There are some screenshots I have put in this article also. It has very interesting ideas. Some of them I already explained, extension and cutting short and all that garbage that they have to do. They even give a timetable, okay? So that is gone. I don't know why. It's just gone. I looked for it on the Niti Aayog web. It's just not there anymore. I was like, that's fascinating. Fascinating. But anyway, we are going to get a new report now. So, look at this. So, Niti Aayog elections to constitute were held. Along with the elections to Lok Sabha, elections for constituting state assemblies of 4 states were held. Those comprised Andhra Pradesh. Telangana got created as a new state later in June 2014, following the provisions of Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim and Odisha. This was followed by the following state assembly elections. Okay, look, so look, this is what I mean. It's so messy. So March to May 2014, general elections. Then September to October, Maharashtra and Haryana. Again, September to October was when it was supposed to happen right now. But now it has again been postponed to December. Why? Because the election commission said festivals hone wale hai. So how can we? Anyway, oh my God. October to December, Jharkhand and J&K. J&K is happening now. Jharkhand also, yeah. January 2015, February, Delhi. September, November, Bihar. Then March 2016 to May 2016, Assam, Kerala, Puducherry, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. See? So, if you just change the things to 2, which is September 2024, October 24, all of them are the same. But even then, even between these 10 years, the dates have changed. Some of them. Months idhar udhar ho gaye fir se, right? Which means our system is such that it is not conducive to simultaneous elections. It is not. It's just the way it is. There is a design. It is a feature, not a bug, is what I want to say. This whole thing that you're seeing, which is, why is it that like elections are happening separately at the parliament level, whatever? Deeper reason. We have something called lists. Okay, there is a list. What is this something called? There are lists of powers, okay, in the constitution which have been given. One is the union list. These are all the things that the union government is responsible for. The parliament is responsible for, can make laws on it and can control it. The second is the state list. These are the things that only states can control. Right? Center can't do shit, state subject. They say, no, oh, this is a state subject, this is a state subject. That's what it means, because it's a separate thing, right? And then there is a concurrent list, which means that there are some issues which both the center and the state can make laws on. And also have to make laws on, like river sharing, yada yada. Kafi cheeze hai wahan pe, right? So you can check out the constitution list. So the reason why these elections happen separately is also the reason why the powers are separated, or it's the other way around. However you want to put it. The state controls different aspects of every citizen's life. The municipality controls different aspects of every citizen's life. The parliament controls different aspects of every citizen's life. So the elections that you're voting for, theoretically, are dealing with different issues that concern your life. It is also geographical. National elections, India, too big. State elections, state. Local elections, mohalla. Yeah. Municipality, councillor, panchayat, village, right here. Yeah. So decentralization idhar hota hai, then here and then there. So that's why it's different elections. All of these three things have separate powers. They do different things differently. Okay. That's why we have separate elections. That is, it has been designed that way. Because we are a very interesting country, aren't we? Yeah, look at this. Key milestones of various Lok Sabhas till date. Just to give you an idea, the state governments keep falling and all, right? Beech mein Operation Lotus and all happens there. These are the same people who love breaking governments, by the way, state governments. And these are the same people who want simultaneous elections because, oh my God, kitne sare elections hote hain. Friends, BJP is the one that basically is so obsessed with elections, they want to do elections all the time. They want to fight elections everywhere. They want to do elections all the time. They want to mess with stable state government so that they can take over and mess with the calendar anyway. Now, these are the people who also want simultaneous elections. Kya bada joke hai, seriously. Like, can you not, Amit Shah, sir? Can you not? Like, hypocrisy ki bhi seema hoti hai, sir. Just saying. Look at this. So, 52 to 57, expiration of term, date of dissolution of Lok Sabha, and overall term. Look at this. So stable first 3 years, right? 5 years. right? 1782, 1786, 1787 days. Then shit gets real. Look at this. 3 years, 10 months. 5 years, 10 months. Extra मिल गया. पता नहीं क्यों. This is March 71 to 77. I guess Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi happened during this. Indira Gandhi does what Indira Gandhi does. Then 2 years, 5 months. फिर 5 years again. But then the days are different. 1 year, 3 months. 5 years. 1 year, 6 months. 1 year, 1 month. 4 year, 4 months. 5 years, 5 years. Then 5. अभी फिर से stability. I don't think it is going to continue. Prediction. But yeah, so this is how shit works, friends. This is how shit works. I'm going to, you can read that article if you want. Going back to my notes. So yeah, friends, any question on the basic premise of one nation, one election? If not, I will move on. They create panic around a non-issue, make it a problem, and portray themselves as the saviors who will fix the said problem. Exactly, Abhishek. You hit the nail on the whatever, hammer on the jo bhi hai. You know what I mean. BJP wants things to be slow, doesn't want to do too much work every time. One nation, one leader, why elections? I'll get it. I get it. I got it, friend. I got it. I'll tell my kids I've seen this man struggle. Vedang, thank you. We don't do predictions on this channel. Again, I don't do number seat predictions. Otherwise, I do predict certain things. I predict patterns and trends. That I'm okay with. That I'm okay with. Like the big plan is going to be a prediction. One nation, one election, 1.5 billion castrate. Okay. Looks like I joined at the right time. Hey, Darth Nayak, how are you doing, friend? तुम बच्चा था फिर भी बहुत अच्छा था. I mean better than any experienced Godi Patrakar. Vixen, I mean I'm also like kind of impressed by some of my articles that I've written way back in 2016. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, I would have written them differently now, but anyway. असेंबली इलेक्शंस और स्टेट इलेक्शंस में वोट करने के टॉपिक्स अलग अलग होते हैं तो मोदी जी हमारा राइट को वोट छीन रहे. Yeah, Khushi, see, that's why I explained why there are different levels of government, which means that powers are different at each level. So that's why it doesn't make sense. Are we falling in their trap by talking about this? Anubhav, no. This one, in fact, is a very, very dangerous thing, which I think we need to talk about again and again, because I don't want this megalomaniac to do it. This is one of the most old ideas that BJP in general, but Modi especially has, right? And there is a big reason for it, which we're going to talk about. Why are they doing this? Is you will understand why we need to talk about this and do like this deep dive session on it. You had explained what is wrong with having simultaneous elections. The premise is that electorate can't vote discriminately between state and national parties, which frankly is insulting. Rajadhav, I'll come to it. I have reasons. Don't worry. Messi, the bigger problem is harming state parties. The alliance battle this year triggered me too. Now this makes sense. Makes that a norm. Yeah, Pratham, again, I'll come to that. Absolutely. I've not finished. This is a deep dive. Will this really help in policy making and money saving? No, to either of those. It won't. Basically, the premise... Okay, let's just get to the premise. I guess like you guys are jumping. So I'm going to jump also. I'm jumping. Okay. Why are they doing it? Okay. Need to talk about this. So the assumption here is, in general, within the BJP and, you know, what media has been telling us is that Modi ji is so popular. Modi ji is so popular and he's such a vote getter. So for BJP, the logic is that if we put Modi ji on every ballot box now, we shall win everywhere. Simple logic, wonderful logic, right? Essentially, think about it this way. Since 2014, what have you seen Narendra Modi do? You have seen him campaign all the time. Why? Because he even says in places that it doesn't matter who is on your ballot, just vote for me. That is the whole thing. It is a Modi Sarkar that you are voting for, right? Doesn't matter who your MP is. Doesn't matter who this is. As long as the vote is going to BJP, the vote is going to Modi ji. That is what they have been working towards since 2014. They want a presidential style of elections. Our constitution doesn't allow it, but they want it, right? Our constitution also does not make sense for a country like us, but they still want it. You know why? Because they want one man to rule them all. And that is Shri Sir Adarniya Supreme Leader apne Damodar Das Modi ji. Okay. So rally. Yes, Milan, exactly. So he kept doing rally. And so simple logic. So what that means is that if for BJP, let's see, 2014 elections, then 2015 another election, then 2016 another, 2017, oh my god, 18, 19, oh wow. All these states are happening differently and they want to fight elections everywhere. So what will be convenient for them? To have it at one go. For many reasons. One, paisa bachega. Unka paisa bachega. Party ka paisa bachega. That's the point. Party ka paisa bachega, okay? Which means that abhi, because you want to fly Modi ji everywhere, even for municipal elections. You want to fly Yogi Adityanath from Uttar Pradesh to Hyderabad for a municipal election. You want to fly Yogi ji from Uttar Pradesh to Kerala for a random election. You want to fly this, what's his name? Manipur, Biren Singh. From Manipur to what? Abhi elections. Maharashtra mein he's giving press conferences or something? Ridiculous. Why? What? You want to fly like all your ministers around for every election, star campaigners, right? Which is expensive. Very expensive. So if you want to be a national party, then the best thing for you to do is to have it simultaneously, right? So Modi ji goes one day, does elections for, does campaigning for center, state and municipality at the same time, done for 5 years. Aur mast paisa bach gaya. Doesn't need to travel all over the place. The other thing is, he doesn't need to do different messaging. You realize, as I said, state level elections have very different issues, municipal level elections have very different issues, and the national level elections have very different issues. What this will do is that they can give one solid national message, which is what they like to do. Sab kuch, turn even your garbage collection into a national issue is what Modi ji likes to do, right? You know, अरे garbage क्यों पड़ा हुआ है? Oh my god, देश पे खतरा, हिंदू खतरे में. That's what they want. That's exactly what their strategy is. So simultaneous elections works for them, messaging wise, right? So reason number one, that is why they want it. Second, they said it will save cost. Again, as I said, it will save the party ka cost. CMI in 2019 said that 60,000 crore were spent on the 2019 elections. 5 years later, some estimates say that it has gone beyond like 90,000 crore. Now, 90,000 crore. That's a crazy amount of money spent by political parties on elections. The electoral bonds alone, the legit money that we saw was like what? How much was it? 20,000 crore? Something? Crazy amount of money, right? Think about it. These parties will end up saving money. No. You think the election commission will save money? No, the opposite. What the election commission will end up doing is, if there are staggered elections, they don't have to use all the EVMs at once. They can stagger it everywhere, right? So there is an EVM, there is a control unit, and there is a ballot box. EVM, control units, and VVPAT machines. Three things. Three components to that one thing. Now what they're saying, some reports are saying that if you do simultaneous elections, you will need 30 lakh more EVMs, which means EVMs, VVPATs, and So CUs, ये वो मिला के, it will be a crazy amount of money, which is 15,000 crore ka investment. Again, conservative estimate. So it actually will end up making it more expensive than right now. Second, the elections, when they're conducted, friends, you know the fact that there are police deployed everywhere, but they get teachers from normal schools. In 2022, when the UP elections were happening, they picked up teachers during a COVID wave to work in a municipal election. People died. Teachers died during that time because of this nonsense. Yeah. So, which means if you have to get teachers and government employees to sit at polling booths and do this, you already have a human resource shortage, election commission. Which means that if you want to do simultaneous polls, the amount of people you will need will be insane. Insane. Yeah. The other reason that they give is model code of conduct stops work. So this is the administrative one. Okay. So administration, what they mean is before the elections, right? For example, right now, Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir going to elections, there is a thing called model code of conduct that is put in place, which means the government cannot announce any new schemes. That's it. Any new schemes, right? What these people are saying, the people who are pushing for this, is that, oh, look, there are elections all the time, so when will we do work? One other reason is that they say that, oh, हमारे officers उठा के दूसरे state में भेज देते हैं for conducting elections. All bullshit reasons. Just saying, very bullshit reasons, because they say you can't launch new schemes. You can continue existing schemes, you can continue government, you can continue governance, nothing stops. You can continue doing that. Nobody's stopping you. Also, you can always launch schemes before, no? Why do you want to launch schemes at the fag end of the election, like as the elections are approaching? Why? Launch it a year ago. It's not like it's a surprise, no, that the elections are going to happen. Like we know the election calendar in general. That 5 years complete karna hai, which means we know the period when the next one is going to happen. So then launch it before. Problem kya hai? Problem kya hai? No, but see, this is another stupid reason that they give. Another one they said is that administration comes to a standstill. Bullshit. Absolute freaking bullshit. You know what comes to a standstill, by the way? When elections come in, तुम्हारे chief minister are going to other states. उनको travel करवा रहे हो तुम. वो तो वहां पे नहीं है काम करने के लिए. Right? तुमको अपना state चलाना छोड़ दो. You're going to campaign in what freaking Hyderabad for a municipal election. Are you serious? Are you serious? Why? Why are you sending like that? Why is the prime minister going everywhere? It's allowed, but should he? It's a question. Like, is there a reason for the prime minister to go for every election rally? It's a big question. I don't think there is. I think it's a bad idea, in fact. Because whenever the prime minister travels, taxpayer money is spent. You know why Modi ji does so much inaugurations? Because he can pass it off. Because inauguration karenge, we'll go and do a rally on the side. That's what he does. That's exactly what he does. And therefore, the taxpayers end up funding his 3 helicopters flying in magnificently, landing, and then like going to this big venue and going, oh, bhai aur behno, na, Hindu Muslim, Kabristan, la 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 la, bhains chura ke leke jayenge, ba 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 ba. And then he gets into his 3 magnificent helicopters and flies off. And then goes to another state and another state and another state. And he keeps doing that. He's the prime minister. Bhai, tu karna kaam, tu chala na desh. What is this? What is this nonsense? Garbage. Seriously. Anyway, that being the thing. So, this bullshit reason. Huh? So basically the officers will be there sitting there twiddling thumbs while their Jahapana comes back. Because the Jahapana is too busy doing elections in some other place, okay? Wow. There are too many elections every other month is one of the reason. So what? Seriously. So what? क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? Tell me. क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? Guys, from chat, any of you from the south of India? From the 4 states of the south of India, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana. Say hi. I want to do a little bit of an experiment. Bro, in UP there was a candidate who was saying Ram the hai aur rahenge in a municipal election. Oh, there are many more like that, friends. Reena, Vignan, Shafat, Satyajit, many friends from the south. Okay, here's my big question. Okay, think about this. There is an election happening in Haryana right now. Realistically speaking, do you give a shit? Realistically speaking, is it making any difference to your life? I mean, sure, it's a fascinating political thing where, like, oh, will Modi's BJP win or will Rahul Gandhi's Congress win? That is there. But realistically speaking, does it make a difference to your life? Do you give a shit? Nope. No. 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 See all the no's? See all the no's? Yeah? Vikram does care. Okay. One yes. Hi. Kavya is saying hi. Hello. Hi, Kavya. No, right? See? That's what I mean. If there are elections happening every other month, it is happening in some part of the country which you do not really care about. I mean, care about in this, it's not like you're like, oh, I don't care about those. No, not that way. I'm saying that you don't need to. Right? हो रहा है election उधर, होने दो ना, क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? Like, seriously, what difference does it make to you? Nothing. The people do not, it doesn't bother the people. It bothers the national party politicians though. That's the thing. That's their problem. The complaint is coming too many elections every other month because we have to go and campaign everywhere. You don't need to. You can always delegate. Novel idea, but you can create like local level leaderships and then just not go there. You can just leave it to them. You can say ki, acha, Shivraj sir, I think you're handling the elections very well in Madhya Pradesh. I'll leave it to you. I will show up for maybe one rally, but then other than that, you do your thing. Oh, okay. Or kaun hai? DK Shiv Kumar sir, you're doing it in Karnataka. Please do it in Karnataka. You do your thing. I will come for a one rally. Done. See? It's possible. Do they do that? No, they don't. They don't. Because इतने obsessed है ना लोग personalities से और ये बड़े leaders से everyone केजरीवाल गांधी मोदी सब same bucket ममता जो भी है ममता नहीं actually ममता is limited to her state right now. She does very little campaigning everywhere else. No. But all these people I mentioned, they are the ones with national ambitions, with national parties, whatever. They are the ones who want to travel everywhere. उनके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा elections है. Not for us. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to us. I am a South Indian, but I live in Gurgaon, so I care. And see, JM, you do live in Gurgaon, so that makes sense. If you live there, of course it matters to you. Of course the local area issues and what is happening there should matter to you. I'm saying that if you're not living there and you're in different state, you get it, right? Get it. Radical idea. Exactly, Sisyphus. By the way, I mentioned you in my video today. The slow down one. Anyway. In Kerala, it doesn't matter about the person. Usually the election is based on change in policies. Ah, okay. Fair enough. I wouldn't say that. I don't know. Is that a true statement? I don't know. I mean, that's a very interesting statement. Slow verb. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Kerala is more evolved. Mamta pushed for Goa hard, but they lose hard. Yeah, exactly. Even Kejriwal pushed for Goa hard and lost hard. Hi Vasudevan, hello, how are you doing? Guys, if you like this deep dive so far, please do consider leaving a like and please do consider supporting this channel. Buy me a coffee link is below, or you can become a member. And again, I'm telling you, Democracy IRL happening tomorrow at 9 for mega and giga subscribers, so members, so you can do that as well. Even I have elections in my state, the worst I encounter is heavy traffic and a few closed shops. See what I mean? Okay, then PM has to travel all the time. Yeah, that is one of the reason that was given. Again, does not have to. Radical idea. Radical idea. He doesn't have to. No, maybe he can think about how much money, taxpayer money, is being pointlessly spent on election campaigning by him. Maybe. Just a thought. No? Okay, never mind. Okay, now let's get to important pointers. Some extra pointers which I wanted to also include. Okay, one of the things we have to talk about is this too many elections business, right? Too many elections is actually a good thing. Chat, I don't know about you, but okay, I'm going to start a poll right now, and then you can change, you can decide whether you want to vote right now or later. I want to start a poll. Too many elections. Good thing. Bad thing. Do you think people vote for MP or the party? Sometimes it's MP, sometimes it's party, but mostly it's party, I would say. I mean, just anecdotally. I don't have like a data point to support this, but I feel like people are more likely to vote for the party in our current system than the candidate who is standing from the seat. Unfortunately, shouldn't be that way, but hey, Vesa. Good thing, okay, 23% are saying bad thing. Okay, keep voting. I'll explain why it is a good thing. You can argue with me later on the call also. Like, I'll do a call in radio after this, so you can come in and you can counter me, argue with me, whatever you want. Okay, so first things first, too many elections. What that means is that state mein, municipality mein, national elections are happening. Hone do, as I said earlier, it doesn't matter. It's great. In fact, I would say that because there are so many elections, people feel happy. I think elections are the one time when politicians come and beg. They're like, ha ha ha, oh please do vote for me, please. That is one of the few times when they are not arrogant. When they come down from their pedestal and go amongst the people. Or at least they should. Otherwise they don't win. That's a good thing. So, which means if there are elections spread out on all levels, it means all politicians have to come out every other month, every other year to do this, which is great, right? It's nice. It's nice to see humble politicians, no? It's nice. Plus, people can hold them accountable, right? When national issue is happening and a state election is happening, it becomes a part of the conversation automatically if the national party is standing for state elections there. Fun terms, which is also very interesting, right? So Maharashtra mein, whenever the elections happen, there would be, even the state level people will be talking about how Modi ji has screwed up the economy using demonetization. National issue used in a state level. Amazing. Which means that there is a chance to bring up these issues again and again and again and keep bringing it up into the conversation, the political conversations, etc., and put pressure on the government. So elections also help you do that. Roads and local development happens during their visits. That's another thing. I've seen this, like right before Shri Sir Adarniya comes to a place, suddenly roads are amazing. Like overnight. Like 3 days later, there will be potholes again, but overnight, ekdam carpet. Best. Okay. Elections, all said and done. Think about it. The 60,000 crore or 90,000 crore that was spent by parties, right? What are they spending on? They're spending on pamphlets, flyers, transport, fuel, local shops to feed their cadre, advertisement, bunch of things. Yeah. Which means they are circulating money in the economy. And that's never a bad thing. The only time that politicians actually spend their money is during elections. So why is that a bad thing? They earn a lot of money, corruption करके whatever जहाँ से भी चुराने का है करते हैं, because they want to spend it during elections. So let them spend, na. Give them more chances to spend. No, it's great. Booze, Bartley, of course, booze is there. Of course, big important thing. Or sometimes they just distribute cash, no, to people, which is the best thing. All parties I encourage, please distribute cash. All people who take cash I encourage, please take the cash, but just vote according to who you want. You don't have to say. Take the cash. Take it. Okay? Don't worry. Take cash. But vote all for selfish reasons. I mean, Ghar ki Lakshmi, friends. Ghar ki Lakshmi. Reasons that you are listing are also the reasons why they want one nation, one election. Exactly. That's the whole point. I'm telling them why they want elections, because I'm giving counterpoints. I'm trying to make a case for this, against this. Okay. As I said, diversity in India is one of the reasons why we have this federal structure where all the powers are basically like split up into 3 parts. It's a good thing. It's a feature of our constitution. What these people hate is that it is a feature of our constitution. What these people hate are federal systems. They hate state governments. They want to either control it through an LG, a governor, or they want to just mess with them in whatever way, ED, CBI, whatever, because they want to rule all the time. Everywhere. Like they will not be satisfied with just being in power in the center and then doing their work quietly for 5 years. No. They want to be in every state. They want to expand like kings, and therefore they hate diversity. And which means that it goes against the system that is currently active, which means they want to do something else, which means one nation, one election, because it is freaking against our constitution. The design, everything, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, just saying, loudly and clearly. Okay. Larger point. I don't trust my election commission right now. Is that too much of a statement? No, it's not. I don't. These people, conducted elections for 2.5 months, 7 phases. Just to give you a statistic, 2004, they did it in 20 days. The general elections. Now, apparently, with all the technology and all the, they need 2.5 months. Why? Who knows? Some states were split into 7 phases. Like Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal and whatever. Why? No. Some states just one shot, one day. Why? No explanation given. Zero explanation is coming our way. Nothing. Second round voting figures are still not available. They're not giving data. Before the elections actually happened, the election commission was changed. The way election commissioners are chosen was changed, etc. And now, Maharashtra elections are coming up, and they were supposed to give us the date of when the Maharashtra elections are going to happen. But do they? No. What is the reason? Festivals. Ganesh Chaturthi hone wala hai, can't hold elections. Ye karenge simultaneous election. This election commission, like every time you ask them a question, the election commissioner just gives shero shairi. It's like, हाँ हमने तो सोचा था कि ये हो सकता है, but हो ये गया. Oh my God, such an amazing answer I give. That's our election commissioner right now. So please give me a break. These people are incompetent AF, dishonest AF. They cannot hold simultaneous elections. Even if this gets through, this election commission is a joke. They cannot do it. कितना साल लगेगा? 2 साल? हाँ करो 2 साल. Then what? Then what? 2 years you spend doing elections, simultaneous elections, la 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 la. They need 1.5 years to make the EVMs themselves. They have to manufacture 30 lakh EVM, by the way. They will spend time doing that for 1.5 years. Then they will do elections, ठीक है, simultaneous elections, la 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 la. And then you know what will happen? महाराष्ट्र में कुछ तो चौमुगिरी हो जाएगा, फिर से गवर्नमेंट गिर जाएगा. Immediately. वेस्ट बंगाल में प्रेसिडेंट रूल लगा देंगे, गवर्नमेंट गिरा देंगे. तमिलनाडु में सेम थिंग. कर्नाटका समथिंग एल्स विल हैपन. सो simultaneous elections will happen now, and then a year or two later some state governments will fall, and then we will be back to normal. We will be back to the same shit again, which is, oh, state elections are happening separately, and फिर campaign करने कौन जाएगा? आदरणीय सुप्रीम लीडर. ऑफ कोर्स जाना तो पड़ेगा ना फिर से. लाइक सी व्हाट आई मीन? रिडिकुलस बुलशिट. Oh my god. Okay. If the assembly government falls, someone had asked in the beginning, what happens if the assembly and the state government falls? So one of the things that this Kovind committee, the genius idea that they came up with, which is so, oh my god. Okay, here's the thing. So now let's say 2026 elections. That's it. Simultaneous elections, okay. Now what if Maharashtra, 2 years later, in 2028, of course Pawar switches party again, Shinde joins back, and Uddhav goes somewhere else, and Aditya forms his own party, and Raj Thackeray is on his own whatever nonsense he's doing, and और कौन है रे? बहुत लोग हैं वहाँ पे. Fadnavis is doing his own thing. Amruta Fadnavis starts her own party and hires a bunch of singers to campaign for her. जो भी हो रहा है महाराष्ट्र में, all fun. So that happens. Government falls, right? Well, 2028 is when government falls. Now what this report, this committee is saying is that, oh yeah, we'll do elections, but they will not have a full term. Are you freaking serious? Are you freaking serious? So 2028, so 2026 is when the elections happen first, simultaneous elections. 2031 is the next simultaneous election. 2028 government falls. 2028 to 2031 they will have an interim government which will have a separate election happening in the middle. Why? What a freaking why? Why would you do that? It makes no sense to me, but this is the genius idea that they have come up with, which is a very weird idea. Anyway, now, before I go to big plan, let me read chats. Ravish sir has summed up one nation, one election. Beheso Utpadan. What does that mean? Like, start like a behes to do that. Bro, in UP there was, ये तो हो गया. Long John, hi, thank you. मैं तो कहता हूँ PM and candidate ministers को campaign करना ही नहीं चाहिए. PM technically doesn't belong to a party but to all Indians. I agree. Again, you can't put a restriction on that. I don't think it's a good idea to put a restriction on that. But if you are a legit prime minister who understands your job, you will just do that by default, I think. Just think about it. Like, I mean, like, just you have too much work, I guess, as the prime minister. Or that's at least I assume. You're running a country of 1.4 billion people. There are a lot of issues to take care of. Why would you prioritize campaigning over the issues that you have been elected for? For the people's issues, to solve those things, to be in parliament for FFS. I get very ranty when I'm talking about this. I feel very passionately about this, as you can see. There are three tiers of election: national, state, local. Is all the issues are same? So on what issue now election will happen in the same mujra or non-biological? What kind of nonsense? So like see again, Rupam, I don't know if that was a serious question or a because the second part made me think. But anyway, Rupam, thank you for the support. Three tiers of elections, as I said. Go to the constitution and see the state list, union list, and concurrent list. You will understand what are the different issues that you are voting for during that election. Unfortunately, our media doesn't talk about it ever. Like even when a Delhi election is happening or a municipality election is happening, somehow they're like prime minister ki jeet or haar. If the BJP wins the municipal election, then prime minister thank you. If they lose, then oh sorry, so sorry, no, Nadda ji ki galti. That's what happens according to the media, because they are dumbasses. They don't want you to know that you are voting for different things during different elections, because that would make you aware citizens, and nobody likes aware citizens, unfortunately, especially capitalists. They don't like it. They want you to be sheep, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys. Just have to say it. Please don't be a sheep. Just think a little bit when you vote. Just small request. Just thoda dimag lagao. Thoda sa. Innu sa. Just small request. Just thoda sa. I understand. I get very ranty and passionate table thumping orator. I know. Friends, you have. This is my level. If there are 10, it's a spectrum, right? Ranting is a spectrum. On a usual day, I'm a 1. Right now, I'm like a 6. You don't want to see my 10. Just want to say, you don't want to see my 10. Because that is when I get personal. That is when shit gets personal. That is when my real Scorpio-ness comes out. I have a stinger which you can't see. There's a giant stinger which I hide behind me, and when I go to a 10, mass destruction hota hai. So just no, you don't want to see. You don't. मीडिया पूरे साल करेगा क्या अगर इलेक्शंस नहीं होंगे? मोर हिंदू true, that's true. They'll have to actually cover issues. Yeah, that's true. Media shouldn't be supporting this. Khushi makes a good point. Like ये सब exit poll वगैरह तो धंधा ही बंद हो जाएगा भाई. What is this nonsense? Like for 5 years, what do? If there are no elections, you cover the news? Are you kidding me? What? Cover the news? TV news will die. I would be Giga member for 2 years if you go level 10. No, not now. Darth, we will get there one day. Maybe. I don't know. I have actively suppressed the level 10 part of me. Okay, let's get to the big plan. The big plan. Okay. Friends, we are going into theory territory. Just as a disclaimer, this is my theory. I will give you reasoning of why I think this theory is true and correct, and I will connect it to the one nation, one election thing that we just spoke about. But disclaimer, my theory. Okay, if you don't want to take it, don't take it. Okay. Critical thinking, better citizens. Critical thinking. Okay, yeah. So, big plan. Delimitation freeze ends in 2026. And then gerrymandering and simultaneous elections. Now, okay, I'm going to ask this question to chat again. Chat, do you know what delimitation is? Do you have an understanding of delimitation? 0 being you have no idea. 1 being okay, I have heard of it. 2 being yeah, I know what it is, but not that well. 3 being okay, yeah, I have heard of it and I know about it. 4 being I'm expert. Tell me. William Salibag is an expert in everything. 5. Sanika is a 2. Tinrev is -1. Man is 3. Okay, 1 -5. Yes, 2. 5, 1 or 2. Okay, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 3, 4. Oh, there are more people who know about delimitation than they know about simultaneous. Very interesting. 2, this 3 to 4. Okay, okay, nice, 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 nice. किसी ने पाए दे दिया. 3, 4. Okay, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 3. Doctor of L 0. Okay. Here's the thing, friends. Delimitation in very simple words is this. So we have 543 MPs right now in Lok Sabha. What delimitation will do is it will remove that limit. So in way back in 1976, our other dictator person, not saying that the current one is, but that one definitely was, Indira Gandhi. She put in a freeze saying 543 MPs will be 543 MPs for 25 years. Then Atal Bihari Vajpayee government came in and then they put a freeze and extended it for 25 years more. Which means for 50 years, the seats haven't changed in Lok Sabha. But what has changed is our population. So what has happened is that there has been intense migration from here to there in the country. There has been population increase/decrease across the country. So the number of people each MP represents is wild. So in Sikkim, they will end up representing 3.5 lakh people. In a place like Dwarka, they will end up representing like 25 lakh people. In Malviya Nagar, there will be like, I don't know, how many? 25 lakh again? 20 lakh? Whatever, jo bhi hai. It's wildly disproportionate now, right? So what delimitation freeze ending means is that in 2026, Shri Sir Adaraniya Modi ji's government gets a chance to increase that number. How do they do it? They do it according to the census. Now, census is supposed to happen every 10 years. 2011 is when the last census happened. Was supposed to happen in 2021. COVID hit in 2021. So they were like, oh my God, can't do shit. We are in 2024. Why didn't it happen in the middle? They didn't want to. Because the delimitation freeze ending, what it says is that after the freeze ends, the census which comes in, the numbers that come in, will be what will be used to come up with new seats. So, what they're going to do is they're going to do the census now. Right now. They've already started talking about it. 2025, they will do the census so that by 2026, the census is done. The figure comes out after the freeze ends and then they start the delimitation process. Which means they will start redistributing seats across the country. Which means amazing gerrymandering. If they do it according to population, the northern states where the population has gone up crazily will have more seats. The southern states where the population has not gone down crazily will have lesser seats. MP seats. Which means the Lok Sabha will be controlled by the north. Not like it is not already. Even worse. Even worse. If they do it according to population. Or they will have to change the entire system. To have proportional voting or some other form of voting. Or they will change the Rajya Sabha to figure that shit out. But how do you do that? Now the thing is, if you didn't notice, this government is very bad at making policies. This government is very bad at executing plans. So I do not trust them. And I think they are going to do an absolute chaotic, weird, I don't know what exercise. And kinda screw everyone over. Yes. So, the souths of the Indias don't really like Modi ji very much. Did you notice? So Modi ji doesn't like you back anymore. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe कुछ ऐसे भावना आए होंगे अभी. So sorry guys. So sorry. क्या कर सकते हैं? Anyway, so what happens is that look at this way, right? So states like Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra and all these people who have done comparatively okay when it comes to like population control and education and HDI and whatever. They are also producer states. They are the ones who are giving most amount of tax to the center financially. But the most amount of tax is being going devolving to the northern states because they are not that they are not manufacturing states. They have much more poorer people there. So as a country it makes sense because हमारे ही लोग हैं, distribution is great. When it comes to delimitation though, that is going to come up. Of course it will come up. Basically southern states would be like, भाई हम टैक्स ज्यादा देते हैं and you are giving us less power in parliament. How does that make sense? So then they will be like, can we have like a maybe a incentive based system? I don't know what system. Proportional system कैसे करेंगे? How, what, when, why? So 2026 friends is going to be interesting. My theory is that the current administration is going to dissolve the parliament. I think so. Modi ji will be very tired by then. Ek to 75 years, and I trust Modi ji. Chat, you trust Modi ji? Say hi. I trust Modi ji. I trust Modi. I seriously trust Modi ji. I believe that he will follow his party's but party's policy and retire at 75 and go to the Margdarshak Mandal like Advani ji and Murli Manohar Joshi ji and all the greats. So I trust him. So I believe next year he's turning 75. Yeah. Good timing, no? So 2026 is when he's like, okay, resignation, bye-bye, dissolve parliament, dissolve Lok Sabha. Let's do delimitation. And simultaneous elections. Dun dun dun. थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया क्या? So yeah, that was the deep dive, friends. That was the deep dive. Do you like deep dive? Do you like deep dive? I like deep dive. I like deep dive. That's how it's done. That's how it's. Dun dun dush sound is low. Wait, let me see which ones did I put in.
Emotional damage.
These are the sounds. I'll put in more later. This is my second time in your stream and I'm enjoying myself. Arey, very nice, Pavan. Yes. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Okay, so now I am going to set up the stage for our Colin Regio. So what Colin Regio, people who don't know what Colin Regio is, please say hi. So while you say hi, I will explain what is about to happen right now. It is a very fun thing we do every once in a while. So Hemant, Milan are new. Milind, hi, Biju. So what we do, friends, is that I'm just creating a Discord stage. I'm going to share a link here, and you can join in, and you can talk to me. That's basically it. So currently the thing is, wait, input device. I think I am audible now here, and I'm going to put this on 7, 8. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're going to test this out. So I'm going to share a link right now so that you can join. Some people are already here. Wait. Call, join, link. You can join here and you can come in on stage. You can raise your hand and I can take you on and you can chat with me. That's basically it. I'm going to end this poll. Too many elections. Good thing is 75%. Okay, fair enough. Okay, while we wait, I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then I'll come back till you come on this stage. So it'll take you here and you can come on stage and you can raise your hands. Like for example, Sahil, Super Devil, Filter Kapi are already raising their hands. So keep raising your hands. So guys, please stay here because if this queue gets messed up, then I can't help you because this is first come first serve. So ऐसे जाएंगे, right? Until I feel like it, where I randomly go to someone else. But mostly it's first come first serve. So please stay there. थोड़ा सा patient होना पड़ेगा. But I will try to get through as many callers as I can. Okay, so I will be back in exactly 5 minutes, 7 minutes. 8 minutes. No, I'll be back by 22:55 or before. Just coming. Till then, music suno. I have new music also. Wait. Music. Hello, I'm back. I am the backs. I am the backs. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, we have a bunch of callers here. Let me just take them one by one. Wait, let me first read the super chats and then I will take the callers. Mm-mm-mm. Long John is saying BJP is a huge party and many leaders holding party positions. Let the leaders holding party positions campaign. Yes, PM will campaign, but don't make it official by EC giving them tag of star campaigner. Fair point, but then the point is that if you have been selected for the job, just do the job. The other thing should be tertiary, according to me. I'm not saying like ban them from campaigning completely. I'm saying थोड़ा कंट्रोल में रखिए. One question: doesn't simultaneous elections, dissolving state governments and extending terms need major constitution updates which cannot be passed as money bill and needs 2/3 majority? Yeah, it does. It will require 2/3 majority in both houses and it will require ratification of at least half the states. So from what I've heard and what I've seen, it will be a constitutional amendment. So it is a very difficult process in general to fulfill. It is not that easy. So you're correct. Okay, let us now take the callers. Counter Radical. Hello, Counter Radical. I've invited you. I'm just on Discord to ask an important question. Just needs a yes or no answer. Okay, well, I'll take you. I'll take you. Hi, Counter Radical. Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello? I think you're muted. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you can. Hello? 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 Is any Shweta or Trish, are you here? Can we just test this out once? Anybody here? Nobody here. Let me just take Val because I know he has a good setup. So, Val, say something.
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I can. Can you just hold for a second? Let me just test something out. Let me try changing the channel. Say something now.
I will continue to speak.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this works. Nice. I'm not sure if everybody else can hear me though. फिर से बोल.
मतलब I've been able to hear you from the start on Discord. Maybe they haven't switched their input outputs.
मैंने भी ये थोड़ा सा.
Counter Radical,
now.
because Counter Radical might be joining on phone.
Yeah.
It shows that they've joined on phone. So the phone might be overriding their inputs and outputs because they probably also have YouTube open.
Oh, smart.
Because they are on mobile.
Okay. Counter Radical, so try and changing your thingies. Till then, Val, you can ask your yes or no question.
Okay. This has been a point of debate on the Discord server for a while. Lines are being drawn. It is a burning question. Do you like upma?
The answer is semi-yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do. I like poha and upma both. I know there is a debate raging between upma and poha.
No one's debating poha. Everyone loves poha. We are all massive poha fans. It just seems that there are a lot of people who are Meghnad fans who hate upma.
How is this okay? I don't really like it, but I don't mind it. It is a semi yes. See, that's what I mean. I'm okay with upma. I won't actively order it, but if someone gives it to me like an MP's office or something, I will have it happily.
Okay. Also, second point, Ayanwa De Dosti ended. No longer friends. I will not hear slander against Poha anytime. If I say anything against Poha, the MP people will throw me out
Yeah.
and I will never be allowed to return again.
I agree. Ayanava, poha is amazing. I make a mean poha. Okay, so please do not insult. Poha is amazing.
I was just because Shweta is assembling a whole team of people to fight me on Upma. So I just wanted an uncolored opinion.
Oh, but yeah, that was a good question. Well, that was a good yes or
Yeah.
no question. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's all. So you can probably pull someone else on.
Yeah. Uh, Counter Radical hasn't figured his shit out, but okay. You stay here till you figure it out. Let me get Super Devil. You like both very much. See, I like you, Akshadeep. I like you. Yeah. Why not like both? Hi, Super Devil.
Hello,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I wanted to tell that I am from Tripura. So
Hmm.
you know Tripura?
Yeah.
Hmm? So here the M- MLS are mostly, how to say, kind of useless.
Okay.
Because, okay, let me tell one particular incident.
Right.
Uh, few months ago, there was a strike, means road strike,
Hmm.
after some rainfall because a village was not getting water and electricity for 3 days.
Okay.
So the person whose constituency was that, she
Yeah.
is also a minister, but she doesn't started a strike. The problem was going to be fixed,
Hmm.
and she doesn't even know that. So she just
Okay.
came here, and she didn't even call anyone, and stood there for some time, said something, and then went. So electricity will come in a few minutes. I'm calling this and this person.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
she is, I guess, some social education minister or something. I forgot. And she
Okay.
did
Okay.
nothing. And the road block was opened because the speaker was going to go through the road. That's the
Hmm.
only reason they decided they're going to means remove the roadblock as soon as possible. And
Hmm.
I don't
You have cut off. Super Devil, you have cut
just
off.
20 years old. I listen.
Sorry, can you
Hello,
repeat that?
hello. From where?
Just the sentence you said before this. Just say that again.
Okay, I said that the roads here are like shit.
Yeah. Roads are shit.
So before elections,
Hmm.
they started making some
Hmm.
roads, means construction and repair of roads.
Hmm.
It was in, I guess, March. April there
Right.
were elections. I'm in college, so I don't often go to home. So I
Hmm.
went in April. Then I was not there again in May month. I was switched because the road you cannot ride a bike, and sometimes when it rains,
Hmm.
it's just impossible to ride a bike because
Hmm.
there will be holes and street lights.
Your
You cannot
voice
see
is
the
breaking a
potholes
lot
even. So it's
actually,
just
Super
too
Devil.
dangerous to ride.
Super Devil, so
Yeah,
your
yeah.
voice is breaking a lot, but I got your first concern, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit, which is your MLA is useless. One of the things might be
Yeah.
worth finding out is what is your district collector doing. So for example, like we rarely hold our bureaucrats accountable, right? So sometimes what happens is that some MLAs, even if they want to like sort of make a change or do something in the constituency, etc., the bureaucracy tends to not help. That happens more than you think, right? So one of the ways to also maybe get shit done is to go to the collector's office or civil engineer's office or PWD office or whatever, and actually talk to them. Like for example, electricity ke liye, if you go to
Because my father is in PWD.
PWD, huh?
So I know what happens in PWD, that he doesn't get to do anything. It's like everything that happens depends completely on politicians or the means maybe SDM
Oh,
DM.
so you mean that even if the
Maybe
bureaucrats
it's
don't
all
want to do
about the
something, the
MLA.
politicians are not letting them.
Yeah.
No, that is also a problem. Maybe both are happening in your state. It's crazy, but both can be true, which is
And also
some.
I see that people don't know anything about Tripura. So if anything happens here, it doesn't become a news or
Yeah.
something. So if something happens nearby Tripura,
Hmm.
you won't even know even if you are in Tripura
Yeah. I
because
understand.
you will. You know,
Tell me something, Super Devil. I have a question for you. Are there any Tripura
yeah.
based content creators that you would like to give a shout out to who we can watch? Because honestly,
Uh,
I
I
understand
haven't found any.
you haven't found any.
I haven't found any
Oh,
Tripura-based creators. I mean, like in news or something, and I don't watch
yeah.
anything like other than that usually. So
Super
I
Devil,
haven't
one of
found any.
the, I mean, I hear you because, like, even I was talking to like some friends from the Northeast and especially regarding the Manipur issue and East Mojo, if you know East Mojo, they do a great job of covering the Northeast in general. They were also like saying that if anything happens in Manipur or Tripura or Nagaland, nobody even knows about it, right? I mean, national media to doesn't
Yeah,
care
the Manipur
completely.
issue is so much worse that people are now knowing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And
It's like extremely bad.
so
You
my
don't get something normally bad happening here.
So my suggestion to you, therefore, is maybe help us find some local content creators that we can follow and understand. Maybe like understand in the sense maybe like they speak in English or I don't know like if they can help that way. Would love to follow them. For example, like when I do live streams, let's say something is happening in Tripura, I can always reach out to them, right? I've been wanting to do this for a while, like just form like a network, a loose network of independent content creators in the news and politics space who are covering local issues or are talking about it online, and we can just call them over for live streams and chat with them, and they can talk
I feel
about it.
like I should also start making YouTube videos about Tripura because I don't see anyone else talking about this so
See,
much.
that's a great
And
idea.
even if they're talking, I don't think they're getting the reach. Not even in Tripura.
Super
Mm.
Devil, here's the thing. What I can help you with then is if you are starting a YouTube channel, for example, and you want some help, you want some guidance or whatever, just email me on megnerd@gmail.com and I will try to help you out. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
But please do consider this. This is not a bad idea, huh? Please do this. It's a great idea. Yeah, chat.
Okay.
What do you
I'll
think, chat?
start soon.
Okay. Thank you so much, Super Devil.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Bye.
Yes. Thanks for letting me talk about my concerns here
No
in
worries,
front of
man.
so
No
many people.
worries. Always open.
Yes. Thank you. I am trying to talk about this since June when it happened.
Since
But
June.
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a while, friend. I hear you. I hear you. And that's why I'm saying desperate need to sort of increase our network of streamers slash video makers. Yeah.
Okay.
See you, man. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Counter Radical, are you able to talk now? No, your problem is still not fixed. Okay, I'm gonna send you to audience now, friend. You'll have to fix it next time and come again. Hi, filter copy. Hello. Hello. Filter copy. Hello. Can't hear you, man. Or start doing it yourself. He did suggest to do it himself, which is nice of him. No, but genuinely, guys, like, I mean, if any of you feel the same way as our friend Devil just felt, this is honestly an idea that we can explore, you know, and it can be just like a very organic thing that can just develop by itself. It's just there. We just need one point of not control, but just like information where everybody's coming through, etc., and sort of feeding in like in a news feed. For example, even if, let's say, Devil, right, he has an issue he wants to talk about, and he gets access to the nerdy dashboard. So then in the nerdy dashboard we can have like a sheet which is just for these creators who will come in and they're like, this is an issue that happened, want to talk about it, and then we can bring them on the live stream and they can talk about it. Even if we manage to do that, smaller YouTube channels coming up, and this is like a central location where they take audiences from. Ta-ta. Political content creator union, yeah. Filter copy, I'm going to keep you. You're not, I can't hear you, man. I'm going to keep you till you fix your thing. I'm going to call Sorta Chris. Sorta Chris.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm here after a long time. I was here last during election season, I think.
Yes, I remember you. I mean, I remember your voice for sure.
Ah, yeah, I was on my phone at that time. I think I got cut off a lot of times, but I'm much better prepared today.
Very nice, very nice.
Anyway,
What do you want to talk about?
yes. I just realized something. I show up here watching, or like rather binge watching your videos or coming to your live whenever I am like in need of a space where I will be heard, or like लाइक मेरे जैसे सोचने वाला इंसान दुनिया में कहीं पे तो है, मैं ऐसे अकेला नहीं हूँ वाला जो फीलिंग जब भी मुझे चाहिए होता है, आई लाइक कम हियर
Yeah.
एंड इट्स अ नाइस फीलिंग टू हैव.
I hear you, and that is the kind of space. See, this is it. Like, this is it. This is what I want.
Yeah. By the way, I have a question. Are
Go
we,
on.
because you're talking about all of this, are we only talking about like in India internal things, or would you be okay if I talk about India external things also?
Anything and everything.
Yeah. I've
Philosophy,
just
world events, whatever you want.
world events, because that is something I've been upset about since morning.
Go on.
Uh, I'm sure you, of course, are up to date with news. New attacks that have been happening in Lebanon,
Yeah.
that has been like really crazy. And
Can you briefly also
actually,
tell us what happened? Because I mean, I read some
yes,
of it. I didn't look at most of it. But
sure,
go on. Yeah.
sure. So Lebanon is just north of Israel, right?
Yeah.
Is the land occupied land, right? And Israel has problems with each and every neighboring countries. It has a war front open with Jordan, with Syria, with Lebanon, with everyone. And while it has been majorly bombing Gaza and West Bank, it has also been bombing the what do you call border regions of all of these countries. It has a major problem with Lebanon, because Lebanon is also home to the Hezbollah. So Hezbollah kind of similar on a similar lines to Hamas, and which is like funded by Iranians, etc. So therefore, Israel is like, oh, we are killing people from Hezbollah as self what do you call self-defense.
Self-defense, yeah.
And yes, so they have been while this whole Gaza thing has been going on, they have been doing this thing in Lebanon called sonic boom bombs. So what they do is like an F-16 plane of Israeli F-16 or something will fly इतना नीचे से, ठीक है, शहर के इतना नीचे एकदम से जाएगा कि वो ऐसे it sounds like a bomb but it's not actually a bomb. So it's basically psychological terror. That is what Israel has
Whoa.
been doing to all of the neighboring countries. For this has been going on for months now.
Okay.
But 2 days ago, 3 days ago, suddenly, middle of the afternoon, pagers. You know what a pager is?
Yeah, pages, yeah.
Pagers that people have on their belt strap in their hands, that doctors are using, nurses are using, suddenly blew up out of
Okay.
nowhere.
Yeah.
And
Right.
thousands of them across Lebanon just blew up.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously. And next, that happened. I think around 8 to 10 people died, including some children, because adults lost their limbs, lost their eyes, things like that. But children are smaller. Like a
Yeah.
few children died.
Yeah.
Then next day,
यहाँ पे
there was a
यहाँ पे
second wave.
sorry, just I've opened a news article also while you're talking, which says
Yeah,
that 12
yeah.
people are killed and 2,800 were injured. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So the next day they did walkie-talkies, solar panels, some laptops, and random electronic items just going boom in front of you.
Whoa.
It was insane.
Okay.
Like it's like a synchronized cyber attack. Okay, so you
Okay.
can imagine. So the kind of infiltration across the world that the Pegasus has done, which is a software by Israelis.
Yeah.
If Israelis have now developed a software that they can do things like this,
Yeah.
you can imagine how dangerous that is.
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
terrorism.
Absolutely. This is crazy. I mean, like when I read about this, it took me a while to process it because this is like Black
Yeah.
Mirror level stuff, huh? Which is like
Yeah,
just
this is.
I mean, what is happening exactly? So I've been trying to find out what happened there. Like, is the battery exploding? Is it like overheating? What?
No.
No.
So okay, so
Did it come with
supply chain.
pre-armed
It is
explosives?
yes, it is supply chain infiltration.
Holy shit. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, so essentially there are some devices which people are carrying which can have bombs in them, like tiny bombs.
Yep.
Oh my god,
And they
that's
found out
terrifying.
they found out the connection. So it was a Taiwanese company jiska pagers hai, but the Taiwanese company had contracted a Hungarian company, and the Hungarian company was a Israeli shell company.
Oh my god, wow. Okay.
And the only hospital in the whole of Lebanon that changed out its pagers to a different company, like a month or two ago, was the American Institute in Beirut.
Oh,
As if it was preempted, that this will happen.
yeah. Oh my
It
god,
is like
but why
it goes
pagers
so
though?
deep. Because you have to think about it, right? Because they've been doing psychological warfare. Who has pagers? Who uses pagers maximum? One, in civilian populations, the people who use pagers maximum are medical professionals.
Yeah.
It's doctors and it is nurses. So if you are going to even
Oh.
either kill doctors and nurses, or you're going to lead them to lose their hands and arms and eyes, you are completely crippling the society. Plus, the excuse they can give is that Hezbollah, because phones can be hacked. Hezbollah was using their internal pager networks to communicate. So we thought all Hezbollah people will have pagers, so we blasted off all the pagers.
Oh my god.
And there
Oh.
were civilian and doctors and nurses in Lebanon using pagers was just unfortunate civilian casualty.
And kids? Kids had kids
And
were there?
yeah, they don't care about kids, no? They don't care
Of
about
course.
kids.
Of course. I mean, why is that surprising? Like sad
But
statement, but true.
after this, it went on, right? Then the next day, walkie-talkies happened, which was also a supply chain infiltration. Walkie-talkies and solar panels and laptops and everything. That was day two. Then Hezbollah fired like some 170 rockets, something, which obviously doesn't even reach Israel, but they tried to like respond back. And in return, as of today afternoon, Israel did an airstrike in South Beirut.
Okay.
And the
But
reason
like,
why I'm talking about this, go ahead, go ahead.
is
Sorry.
the Israel link now proven? Like, has Israel taken responsibility, or is it still like?
So they have not, for the pager and walkie-talkie attack, they have not officially taken responsibility, but advisors to Netanyahu have gone on bragging on
Ah,
about it on Twitter and random things like that.
of
So
course,
we know it is them.
of course, of course.
Uh, the reason why this is affecting me so much, I think it always affects me, obviously. But two things. I have someone very close who's like chosen family to me who lives in Beirut,
Oh,
and I am all of us friends are now like I don't know what to do. It's a very helpless feeling.
yeah.
Uh, I messaged them. They said they are physically fine, and I'm like, given the circumstances, that is enough for now.
Have you heard
Just
from them? How bad is it there?
it's terrifying because they've been having sonic booms since months now, right? And it's this constant fear that every time they hear this sonic boom, it feels like a bomb.
Of course.
When today afternoon's bomb happened, for a second they were like, "Is this the sonic boom only?" And then they looked out
Holy
of the
shit.
window and they're like, "This is an actual one."
This is war crimes next level. Oh my god, this is horrifying. Oh, I'm so sorry.
And
Sorry to
and
hear that. That's horrifying. Like
it's
being there is just like I can't even imagine the terrifying feeling when. Oh wow. Okay.
and this then the reason why it's affecting me so much, obviously, other than having someone so close to me there in person is one thing, but also, as an Indian, I know that a large amount of India is the second largest explosive exporter to Israel after the US.
Yeah.
It is also the largest importer of all weapons from Israel.
Yeah.
India and Bangalore specifically is also where a lot of the Israeli software gets coded and produced. So if you talk about as an Indian, your hands being bloody, it's not even a conversation. It is what it is,
I know what you
right?
mean.
Uh, so it's just like it's this very terrible feeling. मतलब ऐसे है ना कि खुद की देश की तो वाट लगी हुई है और अपना देश बाहर क्या कर रहा है वो तो मतलब वो हम ही बात नहीं करते, हमको तो पूरा इन्फॉर्मेशन भी नहीं होता है.
True.
Ravish sir did a video, I think, on this whole pager thing, and he's like explained it really well, and I'm glad he's doing that because I don't think Indian news and all is ever going to cover any of that. I don't think people know. But yeah, it's just really upsetting in general.
Hmm. No, I absolutely
But it
understand. This is
because
this is
this is a
horrifying.
technology thing, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
this
yeah.
is also a technology thing, right? This kind of a remote, एक button से आप इतने सारे pages उड़ा रहे हो. It's also a software thing. So I don't know which Indian company somewhere that codes for Israel has probably written some code that worked on this. You don't know. It is absolutely possible.
Absolutely. I mean, like TCS वगैरह ने कुछ like Infosys like
In
70 घंटे काम
I think
करके.
Infosys है. हाँ.
Who knows? But you're
Yeah.
right, and I hear you because the one thing that like that day when I was covering the debates, no, like Trump and this one. The one reason
Kamala.
why I realized I was trying to watch them, I was trying to figure out kya ho raha hai, but one of the things that really irked me big time is that none of them are going to stop this war. None of them are
I know.
going to, like, neither of them. Like, Trump to will go next level crazy, but Kamala is going to be hemming and hawing because Biden was here and this happened. And they were still supplying, like, whatever the hell they wanted, like Israel wanted, etc., and completely siding with them. Wasn't Netanyahu in their Congress abhi? Like, he gave a speech or something
Yeah, yeah,
recently,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, he did. And he got a standing
वो
ovation.
तो अरे वो तो पता है, मोदी जी को भी मिला था, इनको भी मिलता है. सब लोग जब जाते हैं और बोलते हैं ना, दैट इज apparently like a behavioral weird thing that they do in that assembly where every other sentence they'll get up and start clapping for whoever is just a thing. But Netanyahu के लिए yes they did. I mean it looks very bad either way.
India just abstained, right?
Yeah.
Because I think Ireland introduced the Ireland introduced the because ICJ accepted South Africa's, मतलब last year ही हो गया था. उसके बाद after this Lebanon thing, Ireland introduced an emergency motion, right? And which passed, but India was one of the 40 countries that abstained from the
Abstained
vote.
from it. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that is in consistent with our non-alignment policy also, right? So abhi, like the prime minister goes and meets Zelensky and like goes to that children's museum and whatever monument they did, and then Doval goes to Putin, and Putin ke sath he's like basically talking and saying ki, no, it was a diplomatic mission and all the things, sitting at the edge of his chair. But
My
we don't take sides basically. We don't.
my question is, how is it not taking sides if while publicly claiming we are not taking sides and publicly meeting everybody, so it looks like we are not taking sides, we are also actively profiting out of war.
So not only are we profiting out of war, like Israel's supply of weapons and all the things that you
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
Adani building a Haifa port in
yes,
Israel, all the things,
yes,
but also from Russia, right?
yes,
Russia के साथ तो हमारे
yes.
मस्त gas deals और weapons deals चल रहे हैं side में.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we are kind of taking sides then, like kind of
Yeah,
economically
we
at
are.
least. Yeah.
We're taking. I remember. So I think it's wrong to think India is not non-aligned anymore. It is it's become big enough and old enough that we were a colonized state, but now we've joined the gang of imperialism. अपने को वैसे भी भारतवर्ष करना है ना, तो आपका भारतवर्ष imperialism ही तो है.
But
Uh,
like यहाँ पे you can't leave this empty is saying this is not taking sides. Sir,
how is that not taking sides?
I mean, it is economically you are taking sides. I mean, like it's as that. You know, the thing
It's
is,
not.
one thing that argument that can be made is that when we say non-alignment, it's like, oh, we don't do war with anyone, or we don't support anyone doing war on anyone. Like we are always like
Yeah.
no peace missions, diplomatic missions. For example, in Ukraine, when Modi ji went, he gave that cube thing, no? Which I also like covered on live stream.
Yeah.
He gave like a emergency cube, which seemed like a great thing. Honestly, like when I looked at it a little deeper, it seemed like a nice thing to have in Ukraine and war situations and all the things. So diplomatically, I think that's a win. You agree, disagree with Ukraine at least?
I am like fine. But I feel what is the point of all of these surface ये वो है ना, ये मोदी जी सब जाके सिर्फ ये अपना फोटो सेशन करता है और बोलता है हमारा डंका बज रहा है, हम नॉन अलाइंड है, हम ऐसा सबसे ज्यादा डिप्लोमेटिक है, या आप डंका बजा रहे हो. बट in today's day and age of information, your actual alignment with regards to economy and war machinery is not hidden from anybody. अभी 2 दिन पहले वो आर्टिकल आया स्क्रोल का, which was a deep dive into how an investigation into how after every diplomatic mission of India, मतलब some foreign minister comes and meets India, in the prime minister, or the prime minister goes and meets somebody, immediately within 1 month Adani signs a contract with that company,
Of
with that
course,
country.
yeah. वो श्रीलंका के
And
साथ भी किया all the things,
that's
yeah.
happened over 50, no, it's happened over 15 times in the last
Yeah,
few years.
yeah. I
Not
believe
even funny anymore.
Reporters Collective had done a similar report, I think a year ago, about this, which was similar lines पे. But yeah,
So मतलब it's not hidden, no.
it's
Our
not.
actual alignment is not hidden.
It's not. It's not.
ये वो डंका डिप्लोमेसी और नॉन अलाइनमेंट का डंका बजाना इज लाइक वही हो गया ना.
Yeah.
इंडियंस
Trish
को
is
बेवकूफ
here.
बना रहे हैं, आप इंटरनेशनली भी बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं.
Yeah, Trish just entered the chat for some reason.
Hi.
Hi.
Just have one point to make, if I may.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of us in chat haven't really been taught Middle Eastern history,
Okay.
and that's understandable because it's not a part of our syllabus. It's not a part of general civics or political science syllabus. So that's all right. But just one very tiny point, when you don't take sides in a war or a genocide, you take the side of the oppressing country, the country
Fair.
that is doing the oppression.
Fair.
Thank you for
So
saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So
Absolutely. Like this is the
yeah,
same thing, no? Ki oh, मैं तो centrist neutral आदमी है. That sort of argument, right? Which is essentially that you don't take sides, which essentially means you're siding with the oppressor, right? Because
yeah,
the ideal situation is that you're not siding with the oppressor. You're
right.
basically siding with the oppressed in a general
Yes,
situation.
yes. And every time you assert yourself as a centrist or a liberal or like in the middle, you push what is you make something that is extreme normal. You
Hmm.
normalize the violence. You
Hmm.
normalize the extremity. You normalize what the oppressor is doing. And you're like, हाँ ये तो चलता रहेगा इसीलिए हम बीच में हैं.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that in
yeah,
it,
yeah, 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 yeah. Like you're not taking sides because you're lazy, I guess, and also like don't have a spine. Like that's basically it boils down to that. No, it takes courage to
yeah,
take sides. Either way, honestly,
yeah,
it would take courage to side with the oppressor. Less courage, but it would also take courage to side with the oppressed. More courage, but nonetheless. Like
yeah.
openly, the reason why they don't want to openly say that they are with the establishment is because of oh log kya kahenge. They know in their head that if they side openly with the oppressor, that is the side that is doing the killing and the oppression. So then people will look at them differently, and therefore they will be like, नहीं कुछ नहीं बोलते, neutral रहते.
So that's why to maintain the moral high ground, they say nothing.
Yeah. See, यहाँ पे
Yeah, and one
Switchblade is
last.
saying being neutral is being wise. Nah.
Mm, and also
the
one
the the
last
chat
small.
the chat is not passing the vibe check in terms of Middle Eastern politics, but I'm going to give the benefit of doubt that it's because they don't know the history.
Yeah, yeah. So like
Yeah,
as
it's
Trish
most
also said,
likely.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily the chat is being vile or Islamophobic or anything. I think it's just that people
पता
haven't
नहीं
really
है.
studied or come across
Yeah.
like it's yeah. So just one small thing I would like to address chat directly. Guys, if you look at the socio-economic composition of our country versus Israel and Palestine, actually Israel is a state, whatever, let's not get into the terminology, but if you look at the composition, the way the population is structured, we as a population and a country and a history, we are a history. India is a history. India is a country. India is a people. We as India have more in common with Palestinians, with people in Palestine, with the history of Palestine, than we do with Israel. We the people.
Interesting.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying that.
That's a
Yeah,
very
and
valid point actually, and I see where you're coming from. Yeah, yeah.
yes, and the ruling class of our country, which is upper castes, upper classes, the military industrial complex, as in very rich people, rich corporations, military corporations, and high people in high levels of government. These people have more in common with Israel.
Hmm.
These people
Yeah.
have more in common with
Yeah.
the Israel's ruling class and the tactics of Israel and the objectives of Israel.
And
That is why.
Hack Baba makes a very valid point. We were both effed by the British, Palestine and
Yeah,
India
yeah,
both. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Colonized.
Yes. True.
Yeah.
True.
exactly.
The
Absolutely.
Brits are the ones who did partition there also. यहाँ पे भी. So it's basically.
So no, so it's the British Parliament and leaders of the British Parliament who are responsible for flaming the fire for the rise of Zionism, right? As a
Yeah.
concept.
Yep.
Um.
I'm
So
sorry,
yep.
Chris. Now that you mention it, and also Trish, there is a very good video series by Johnny Harris, or when he was in Vox, called Borders. There are like 2 episodes on Israel Palestine, and also one more which Johnny Harris recently did on. I think he explained the conflict of Israel Palestine, which was great. And the other one I would recommend is Deshbhakt ka episode on this also, Israel Palestine. I think he did a very good job of it also.
Yeah. I haven't seen Johnny Harris.
Yeah.
I should.
Okay, friends, I will let you go. I have to take more people.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so
Goodbye.
much, Chris, and thank you, Trish.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Let's take Sahil.
Hello.
Hello, Sahil.
Hi.
How are you
I
doing?
just want. I'm good. I'm good. I kind of wanted to piggyback off the last speaker and Trish,
Okay.
which is about mainly my concern is that the way media reports this kind of stuff
Hmm.
is that it's automatically assumed that the benefit of the oppressor is that they get to tell you exactly how things should be and how things should be reported,
Hmm.
which is why you see that constant and like there's that one the video that keeps going on around YouTube on manufactured content. So
Hmm.
just like that, you get to see that how the BBC reports this stuff is in terms of using passive language when reporting the Palestinian deaths, but using active language when reporting that Israelis were killed or, October 7th and all. And since it's been going on for so long, I guess my main question is how do you buy back your consent once it's been manufactured by an international media house? Or why once it's been manufactured by your state also, because
Hmm.
that's primarily where that concern comes from, right? That either the state is manufacturing it
Interesting.
or the media houses creating it for you.
So, okay, so like we are starting with the assumption that our consent is manufactured, right? But what is the kind of system we are talking about here? Like, for example, you can say that my consent has been manufactured to buy an iPhone. I- Is that, does that count, or are you saying that my consent has been manufactured because we you continued from the last speaker? So is it because of what Krish was saying, which is like they are we are doing trade with Israel, we are doing trade with Russia. So in a way, the media is ensuring that we do not talk about this and we give like tacit consent to whatever is happening.
Yeah, and it could be in terms of what you were saying about the iPhone as well, if it's in terms of what exactly is being expected of us and what exactly we're supposed to be doing as like the ideal, representative of our country, because our country also is the one that's gaining benefits out of it
Hmm.
and doing certain things that will, paint us in the light of either being allies or foes of that one big party.
Hmm.
So, like, if it's either being on the Israeli side or being on the Palestinian side or being on, a supposed neutral, and like you were saying, there is no neutrality here. Neutrality is on the side of the oppressor. I believe that you're currently allowing consent to get manufactured for the people who are bound by such states. But the state action also is a way of tacitly manufacturing consent for atrocities. Let's not put it in any other words. They're just atrocities being committed in the names of people who don't support this.
Yeah, yeah. No, true, true, absolutely. Like for example, one way to look at it also is that um, a bunch of like a I wouldn't say majority, but like a sizable chunk of people voted for Narendra Modi in 2014, and then another big sizable chunk of people voted for him in 2019, right? So from 2019 to 2024, all the atrocities that were committed or happened under this government basically would mean that all of these people have given tacit support to do so, right? That is not true, right? That is just not true. You're like I feel like what politicians also tend to do is that अगर मुझे वोट मिला है तो फिर सब agrees to everything I do, right? Because you voted for me, right? So not only have these 40% people voted for me, but also the rest of you who didn't vote for me also have to sort of give tacit consent to whatever I do. So opposition is not allowed, opposition is not tolerated, opposition is not allowed, and opposition is looked down upon essentially, right? Like even anchors, what you say, like Anjana and all these Sudhir and all these people for the last 10 years have been doing this consistently, which is essentially something that the government does. Opposition people question them and then they would respond by saying, हाँ but लोगों ने तो वोट दिया ना उनको, तो करेंगे ना, तो तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम क्या है, लोगों ने वोट दिया ना, आपको तो नहीं दिया. This sort of
But
argument
just
then
two things
happens.
on that. Sorry, just a button, but things on that. At least this time in the general election, the BJP को थोड़ा हाथ दिया कि नहीं ऐसे नहीं चलेगा कि हर बार you can get away with murder and act as if it's not affecting the Indian democracy. But also, my concern is more on the way that the media houses frame it. Because let's look at how long it's been running right now, the Israel Palestine incident. It's been ages, and there's still been no real movement towards a solution. It's just movement towards a constantly running media cycle of what can constitute an atrocity and what people have to be okay with. I don't think that they're really getting to the heart of what people are allowed to say and like how they're allowed to frame their dissent to it. Because I believe there is a lot of dissent, and I believe there is a lot of, like, even within Israel, about how the party is conducting it. And Netanyahu's main concern right now is to keep the forever war going, because otherwise he won't have the protection to say that he can't be charged by ICJ as a ICC as a state representative, and B, he'll obviously lose his seat, and then he'll be chucked in jail. So if those are the whatever forces at play over here, I still believe that you're not going to get the right viewpoints of people either who are directly
But
affected by it.
I hear you. I
Yeah.
hear your larger point, but I think the first question I wanted to get back to it because what you asked also, at, correct me if I was wrong. You also asked how do we ensure we get out of this, right? Is that, or you phrased it differently? Like how do you ensure that your consent is just not manufactured?
Yeah, and how do you buy it back? Because at this point, it's already been manufactured. At some point, you're going to have to find a way that falls within the system to get back your consent, to define what is being spoken for you, and how you can speak your own truth. And I don't
One of
believe
the
either is possible right now.
But one of the first things is to educate, right? So first, I feel like people also need to be aware of what sort of forces are affecting them, right? For example, when I use the iPhone example, it is the simplest thing to understand also, honestly, because everybody sees that iPhone ad when they're going through Delhi or whatever with like this big thing. Everybody sees the lines outside the Apple store to see the snaking lines everywhere across the world, whatever. It's like a cult, right? So it's a brand cult. There there is this concept of manufacturing consent even happening there, right? Which is people are being convinced that you have to buy this extremely expensive phone, which is very cheap to make for them, and then they make super profits. um, how do you get out of this? People don't even know that they're being affected by advertisements, no? Like, I mean, that's the first step, that they will consume the advertisement but they will not think about it. They will not think about what ad they consumed and how it has affected them and their decisions. I think that's a very big ask to begin with. It's so insidious and it hits at such a psychological level to you that you're not even aware most of the time.
Yeah, that's fair, and that's exactly what I was talking about. In that, when your consent is manufactured through a media agency speaking for you, there's no way to buy it back, and there's no way to say that there are other forms of dissent that are required. So
Absolutely, absolutely. But dissent also comes from the fact that you have somewhat become aware of how the system is being oppressive, right? That is where the feeling of dissent also comes from. If you are okay with the way system is oppressing other people and it is not affecting you, usually you will not dissent because people are selfish to begin with, right? So it involves you becoming not so selfish and sort of expanding your horizons and having a little bit empathy with other people, and be seeing actual things where that the system is doing to oppress people, and then you dissent. Then you basically talk about consent, then you talk about how your consent is being manufactured because now suddenly you are aware. Is that what enlightenment feels like?
yeah, I
Like
suppose in a way you're
ultimately
going to
you
be.
realize the end game is that the universe is manufacturing your consent. There is no fate. Like you have no choice, there is only fate. It is already
Yeah,
pre-decided.
I guess in a way I'm talking about it in terms of a nation state manufacturing consent for all of its atrocities, but it's also our own state manufacturing the consent, as both Chris and Trish were talking about.
People
So
like to be in their comfort zones, friend, unfortunately. It takes a special kind of rebel and to a special kind of nerd to basically break out of it. And just my opinion. Just generally, if you talk about Indians, we are not very rebellious by nature. We are authority loving people. Especially the older generations. I feel like the next generations are a lot more rebellious than the earlier ones, as it tends to happen. Um, but yeah, you're right, friend. It's a very interesting thought experiment.
Hey, we're a collection of nerds here, at least, who are able to voice out our dissent in some way. And my only hope is that over the protracted period of time, as the war rages on longer and the atrocities continue, more and more people will fall to our side and be willing to say that there is something to stand up for and stand up against.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like that is already happening. I mean, the media might not be covering it or doing a shitty job of covering it or even like twisting it to make it one way or the other. BBC. Then we basically are the counter voices, na? Like, I mean, even if this channel doesn't really cover Israel Palestine as deeply as we would require, but at the same time, I feel like we are more or less aware of who is the oppressor and who is the oppressed. As a community, I feel like. Um, and we see it, which is great, which is a good first step. Okay.
Yeah.
Sahil, I'm going to let you go unless you have something else to say.
No. I just wanted to say as a last point that
Yeah.
it's taken so long for people to come to look at this issue in any given way. So as long as the news cycle continues, I'm hoping that people don't have to like activism fatigue and burnout on how much they're shouting for it or against it. They need to continue to hold their lines because at some point it's got to make a difference. And if it hasn't so far, hopefully it will in the future.
It should. I feel like the US elections will also sort of decide on that. But the tragic thing is that neither Kamala nor Trump seem to be very interested in stopping the war, which is so
Yeah.
unfortunate. And that is why their system is extremely effed up. I never liked that presidential bullshit system that they have. And right now you can see why. Because I know for a fact, I think there were some polls which said most of young America is against the Israel Palestine war. And they're siding with Palestine. They're saying, please stop bombing Gaza. Please stop killing the children. Right? But who is listening? Are
No
they
one, and
listening?
there's no
Nobody's listening.
time
The
to.
powerful don't listen because they have all the weapons contracts and the cheap oils and the Haifa ports and kya kar sakte hain. But we need to talk
हम
about it. That's the first step.
हमारा भी fucked up है तो क्या करे?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Sahil, I'm going to let you go. Yeah,
All right, thanks.
thank you. Uh, friends, do consider supporting this stream. Do consider liking this. Also, another reason I just realized is that ये मेरा definitely demonetize होने वाला है. ये वाला stream. Definitely. You know why? I already said EVMs. F word 2-3 बार हो गया है इधर उधर से. And also Israel Palestine we have spoken about in great detail. We've mentioned Lebanon, we've mentioned attacks and pager attacks and everything. Definitely getting demonetized, friends. So would really
Sorry about
appreciate.
that.
Yeah, sorry, Sahil.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh, you didn't come. You didn't have to come to say sorry. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. I was just making an appeal to people to support because definitely getting demonetized. It's okay man. एक दो चलता है हमको. वैसे भी मेरे काफी live streams demonetize होते हैं. It's okay. Sahil, don't feel guilty, please. Okay. Let's see. Late to the party, but this might be their plan on one nation, one election versus delimitation. They will coax one nation, one election on South by scaring them with delimitation. Oh, no, I think both of them have to happen simultaneously, though, Adrian. Both of them have to happen simultaneously, and because one of the requirements of delimitation will be census, and delimitation के बाद ही एक नया election करना पड़ेगा. Can you wait till 2029? Then there might be simultaneous elections then, but I don't think they're going to wait that long. That's at least my theory. But let's see. I moved Sahil to the audience, but it's not working. It's okay.
Okay, I'll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Hello, N Nayak. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, I am Veenu this side.
Yes, we know. Hello, I recognized your voice and I have met you now.
Uh, yeah, so I'm even more comfortable ranting this time.
Okay, go on. But first, tell our audiences where we met.
So we met in Mumbai, Democracy IRL, in the one show which was in Bandra.
Yes.
And I am already a fan of Meghnad's partner.
Yeah.
Totally impressed with her.
Yeah, you met my
So
partner also. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think I should probably say good things about you, but like this was the first thing that came into my mind.
That's
And yes,
fine.
obviously the show was amazing.
I'm not complaining, and I agree with you completely. She's way awesomer than I am, so I absolutely understand where that is coming from. Go on, we do.
Okay, so anyways, your live stream is demonetized, so I'm gonna continue with the Gaza topic. I know it's a heavy one.
Hmm.
I have three things to basically tell, and these are like, I was listening to the audio calls and I was also reading the chat, so I thought, like, let me also go on the Discord and kind of say my piece. So the first thing is, as a person, I love Wordle, and I had installed New York Times app,
Hmm.
and I had like a huge faith in New York Times. And this is like, before I was like aware of Israel and Palestine and the whole genocide and the situation happening there.
Hmm.
But like, since October 7, like I started seeing the headlines and the reports, and they were like, okay, they were like very, very biased, like biased to the hilt. Like, I mean, and the recently and oh, by the way, I am a paid subscriber of the New York Times, so I was paying them to play
Oh,
Wordle basically.
oh,
And
oh. Okay.
okay, so uh, recently, I think about 2 days back, when I opened the New York Times app, and the headline was two killed and 2,000 injured in Hezbollah pages attack in Lebanon.
Hmm.
And I saw the headline, I was like, Hezbollah अपने वालों पे कर रहा है pager attack.
Hmm.
Like, what is it? I mean, the headline was structured in such a way that you say, oh, Hezbollah is the villain,
Hmm.
even if you don't know what is happening around, whatever there was in the article. Again, the article also was very biased, but like, and this is what manufactured consent is. They are like
Hmm.
the whole US media and the whole US system. Huh? I mean, I will come to my second point. The whole US, when you look at United States of America, it was actually founded on genocide of
Yep.
Native Americans.
Yup. Yup.
And they've always been doing genocide and profiteering out of it. And when you also combine a little bit of history about the Nazi and Nazism and how Jews were actually ethnically cleansed
Hmm.
by Europe, and then the solution that Zionism came out was they will have a state for a homeland for Jews.
Hmm.
And it was not decided that it was going to be Palestine. They were also thinking of Uganda maybe. कि
Hmm.
हाँ चलो वहाँ पे भी चल सकते हैं. But again, there was US money involved. Then there is, US wants a presence in Middle East, oil, a lot of like 1% wali problems, or 1% people controlling the everything, the way our trade works and all those kind of things basically was happening.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's how basically Israel came into the state of Palestine. Like, Palestine was a country.
Correct.
And I, being a grandchild of a people who had gone through partition, who
Hmm.
were originally from Pakistan, who had seen the British imperialism and the after effects of it, I feel very much like connected with the Palestinian cause.
Hmm.
uh, I am from the land of Bhagat Singh. I
Yeah.
mean, like, इस जमाने में वो भगत सिंह को भी हमास बोलते और बोलते कि गलत है, all those kind of things, like. But yeah, that's my second point. And the third was, can I share a poem with you guys
Sure.
that I have written?
But before you start the poem, let me like add few things to the 2 points that you raised.
Yes.
You know, I mean, world history, if you look at it, and you know, Yuval Noah Harari, I've just got his other book. New book is out, Nexus. I just got it, which also talks about information warfare, which I'm very interested in. There is another book which my friend has written. कहाँ गया यार? टाइटल भूल जाता हूँ, इतना इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, मैं बताएगा. Which is again about manufacturing consent using digital means in India, right? You know, like, and how political parties are doing it, etc. If you look at just history in general, no, these colonizers, as I call them, British were the ones. Now America is the second one, which is like this empire business. They want to make an empire. Eh, it takes a while for them to go, but the next one is always worse than the first. And I'm just worried that we are seeing the waning of America, and I'm not sure who is going to replace them, but I would be more wary of that, honestly, like, because we are going to live till then, and I'm, yeah, anyway, sorry, but you're right, absolutely right, where their country was formed by colonizing some other country. But yeah, I hear you. Okay, go on now. Poem.
All right. So I'm going to share I'm going to read it out to you. And this I wrote obviously with the stories that I have heard from my grandparents and how my like grand uncles and aunts, like, they literally died there. They could not come to the India side. Okay.
Okay,
The poem is titled I Write Because. All right. I'm going to start.
go on, go on.
Okay. I wonder what has happened to me, to my life, and to the world I see. Has anyone felt the same way as me? Has anyone dared to question or disagree? I write about the wounds that make my heart bleed, the wounds that are inflicted by the greed, the wounds that are ignored or denied, the wounds that are inherited or applied. I write about the people of the lands that were invaded by white hands, the hands that brought the guns and the disease, the hands that stole the gold and banned our beliefs. I write about the languages we now speak, the languages oh so foreign to our creeks, the languages that silenced our sound, the languages that gave us no power or ground. I write about the caste that rules the earth, the caste that is determined purely at birth, the caste that claims to be elite, the caste that is puffed up with conceit. I write about the babies who are killed by those who claim to be the victims still, the exile and the loss of the nation, the denial and the erasure of their culture. I write about the trauma that I wish to heal, the trauma that no one alone can deal, the trauma that is not mine or your personal flaw, the trauma that is not a natural raw. I write because I want to make a change. I write because I want powers to rearrange. I write because I want to break the wall. I write because I want to free us all. That's it. Thank you.
Very nice, Vinu. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Chat, Vinu OP in chat, friends. That was very good. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for providing the platform where I can
Absolutely.
share this.
This is very nice. You're an amazing writer, by the way. That was beautifully written.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Meghnad. I'm actually like in the process, like I'm trying to get them published. So
Okay.
let's see.
You know what you
Fingers
can do?
crossed.
Vinu, free advice. बताओ. एक
Hmm.
काम करना.
Hmm.
इसको record करो, right? Make it into a nice reel and put a music behind it, and like put like random generated images to come up randomly. Boss, इतना चलेगा ना?
Okay.
Sorry, we do like, but just content दिमाग बहुत चलेगा.
हाँ.
Friend, करो, मुझे भेज, मैं amplify करेगा.
Thanks. Like I know, like I have to do. I'm actually I mean, in my corporate, I was a social media marketer. तो मेरा ना social media से burnout हो गया
Oh
है.
damn! Oh, I get that. I get that. But I feel like this needs to be shared. But thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I will do it. I will follow up with you on this, Meghnad.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No,
Oh, and by the way,
I'm not. I was
when you
not
get the
trying to
treat,
put. I was not trying to put like random pressure on you or anything, right? Just saying. I was just giving an idea, not nothing. Don't
no,
feel
no, put pressure
obliged.
because then only I'll work.
But yeah, um, yeah. You were saying. Then I'll say bye bye to you.
Yes, I asked, did Alu get the treats?
Oh yeah, yeah. She was just having it. She got the treat. Yeah. I like so
Yes.
now we do. I must say there are 5 other treat packets that I have to give her after yours. Because
Oh,
everywhere I
okay.
go, Alu is getting treats and bandanas and all sorts of things now. Like एक collar भी मिल गया उसको नया. I'm like, भाई मजे. Alu is getting more gifts than I am. So, which is totally well deserved, I must say. Just saying.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much, Veenu.
Thank you so much, Meghnad. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye. That was amazing. That was seriously amazing. Veenu, uh, is my move audience thing not working? Veenu, you'll have to leave the stage yourself. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Let me just look at super chats. Yay. Late to party, but this might be their plan. Oh, ये तो हो गया. Speaking of which, did you see the Jimmy Kimmel bit on iPhone? Perfectly encapsulates your point. I haven't. Ooh, I'll watch it. Thank you so much, Noob. Thank you for the support. No demonetization. Yes, Shreyas, thank you. Jai Maharashtra, Switchblade, thank you. Akashdeep, make note Baba ki jai. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you. Oh, look, Noob. Thank you so much. Demonetize से फर्क नहीं पड़ने देंगे. Thank you. Thank you. This is what I keep telling people. Mango to milega. I've been telling all my creator friends also, friends, ki listen, you have to be honest and ask. Then you get. Karthik, thank you so much. It's hard to notice while living through it, but I think it's the Israel-Palestine conflict more than anything else will be a thing next generation reads and despises us for our complicity. Yeah, yeah, that's a very sobering thought, honestly, Karthik, because you're right. I mean, I always ask myself, did I do enough? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Like, for example, sometimes I ask myself, there is the Manipur, for example, which has been burning for now, what, 16 months? Yeah, I don't know why. It's just like, should I have done enough? Should I have covered it more? Should I have spoken about it more? Would it have helped? All sorts of guilt feelings. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. I go through it literally on a daily basis. Yeah. Okay, let's take next person. Deathstroke. Okay, we are at 12. I'll do till 12:30. Don't worry. आज थोड़ा सा I'm a little energized. So as many as I can. Deathstroke. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, Meghnad. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, sir. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, so first a disclaimer. I am like Darth Narak from the chat.
Okay.
So just
Got
a big
it.
disclaimer. Okay.
Good. Good.
Okay, so since I was not planning to cover this topic as of right now, but since we are already talking about Israel-Palestine, okay, now I am a mechanical engineer by trade. Okay, I have done several research projects regarding hydrogen fuel cells, electric batteries, everything like that. I'm currently working on safe lithium-ion batteries as of now. Okay, so one thing that I want to make, just a fact check that the pagers explosion and the walkie-talkie explosions are the only ones that have been, confirmed that okay, it is a sort of cyber attack. Solar panels and laptops are still being investigated. We
Got
don't
it.
have a like proper source on it.
But they
Okay.
also exploded, right?
Yes, they exploded, but was that really part of the same supply chain or something like that? That is still being investigated. है ना? But the walkie-talkies and pager things, we still have a firm source of. Yeah, that was a side path. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I don't know much about software, but the thing is that what Israel could have used is an EMP machine to like set off
Oh,
explosion in that.
electromagnetic pulse.
Pulse, exactly.
Hmm.
Okay, so for
Red
those of
alert,
you who don't
command
know,
and conquer. Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking if you could understand that reference, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so how EMPs, for those of you in chat who do not know, EMPs work with various waves. Okay, there are E1, E2, E3, etc. So, like if you get an EMP pulse through a lithium-ion battery, which is what how most of the devices functions, such as walkie-talkies and pagers, what you can do is you can just switch the polarization for a millisecond. Okay, but that millisecond is enough to overcharge the battery to confuse the ions and cause an explosion within it. So
Does it
that
cause
is
an
one of the
explosion or does it cause a burnout?
depending on the capacity of the battery, it can happen. Okay, so if let's say you have a battery that is greater than 500 mAh, okay,
Right.
so it can cause an explosion in that case. Of course, like if the battery is too large, okay, let's say an EV battery, it can cause a burn, which is what we saw with various Chinese electric vehicles and
Ola.
the Ola, yeah, of course, Ola. But what happens is that if you even switch the polarization for even a millisecond, which is what happens in India, because in India we don't have a regulated power supply, so that is something that can damage the battery and cause an explosion even. So that is one of the factors that should also be considered, and it is still being investigated whether such an event turns out. Okay, and one other thing, I recently saw a congressional hearing of an Palestinian American by a senator. Okay, and it was just about her thoughts on like what, how does she, what solidarity does she hold with Palestinian people and everything. The senator, American senator, whose name is Kennedy, by the way, I don't know what is Kennedy nowadays. He straight up asked, okay, are you a good supporter of Hezbollah? Are you a supporter of Hamas? Everything like that. She
अरे,
denied everything.
Dude, chat में मुझे कुछ लोगों ने ये बोला अभी literally like while I'm listening to people talking they're like हाँ तो हम white wash करने वाले हैं हमास को and you're on the side of Hamas or what? Like, it doesn't take difficult.
my.
It's not a very difficult argument. It's basically at this point of time, if you hit like a Sanghi with like a hatoda and say Israel, they'll say, oh Hamas, oh Hamas. That's basically
my
it. Yeah. Go on.
I
go on.
mean that's what happens basically, that you try to empathize with a population who has seen the atrocities that even like someone from our generation, and our forefathers have also gone through, and you don't empathize with it. You simply say, okay, they're terrorists, so they deserve it. Like, how does something like that, like someone like who's just born there deserve it? Okay, there was recently a 649-page report by Palestinian authorities on how many people have died. They have uniquely identified each person. The first 14 pages are babies under 1 year old.
Oh yeah, I saw that. 14 pages, crazy. Below 1 year,
Crazy.
right? Yeah.
How do you deem a 1 year old child a terrorist? I just can't. Okay, so that was me nerding out over that. Okay, now I come to the question that I had in mind. Okay, so you have explained about this the Hindi belt becoming like one of the major, having maximum number of Lok Sabha seats if we get a delimitation here in India. So do you think that was one of the significant factors that BJP considered when like trying to appease Nitish Kumar?
Okay. I don't think so, honestly. Because Nitish Kumar is there for a reason right now. Nitish Kumar ka, I think end point आ गया है politics wise. He knows he can't become prime minister anymore. So then he wants to keep his seat. But at the same time, as a Hail Mary, by the end of his basically career, he's just trying to get like a lot of money for his state. I genuinely believe that Nitish Kumar's angle there is that he wants a lot of money for his state. Same with
which he got, and which he got.
Yeah, so it's a very simple calculation that way. Doesn't mean that they will continue supporting them for everything else. which happens in the future,
Mhm.
it doesn't mean that like if like something like a one nation one election happens, because I feel like one nation one election is an existential threat to regional parties. Let's be straight.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Like it's just all regional parties realize this. They will say it, right? It is a threat to their existence, and Nitish Kumar will also know this. Lalu Prasad Yadav has already opposed this, like
Of course.
long ago, and he continues to. So I feel like most regional parties will understand this, and they will be like, no, screw you. ये ऐसे नहीं चलता है.
Yeah, I hope to see that. I hope to see more pushback against that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's that's all I have. I won't take too much of your time. Is it okay if I plug in something that
Sure.
your nerd of me would? Okay, so like I've recently been very much into Warhammer 40K. Okay,
Ooh.
so okay, so I've been reading novels, I've been playing video games, I've also been checking out their board games and stuff. So if any of you want to explore a sci-fi, a very bleak sci-fi universe, okay, it might not be science fiction like the way things are going. It might actually happen. That it is set like in the 41st millennium, like 40,000 years, 38,000 years from now, and they have they have every sort of threat you can imagine, threats from beyond the dimension, alien threats. Like there is a whole empire of man who has like an emperor who is dying, and they have to control various rebellions and maintain their supply routes and armies and stuff. So if like any of you from the nerd army are willing to check out a sci-fi universe, I'm pretty sure like this one will definitely keep you hooked for years to come.
I have played Warhammer. Like I've played with Warhammer. अभी कौन सा निकला था? 3.
Warhammer Space Marine 2 अभी निकला है,
No,
just
you're
1 week
talking
ago.
about 40K.
Yeah, 40K का ही part है वो. Another game was
Space
Necromunda,
Marine 2
which
is
was
the
set on
recent
a
one.
dying.
Acha, I have a question for
Yeah.
you. If I want to get into this universe, what should be my starting point?
Okay, so the first game in terms of novel and game, I'll do one recommendation. Okay, in terms of game, if you're trying to get into it and you like first person shooters, try Warhammer Dark Tide. Okay,
Dark Tide,
it is it is a single player plus multiplayer game that you can play with your friends, and you can have a massive amount of fun with that. I have sunk more than 40 hours into that, and I still find new friends in that community. So that's one. And in case if you are talking about novels, I would say if you are into reading, go for the Horus Heresy novel.
Someone
Okay,
also
it's a Warhammer
read Horus Heresy or Horus Rising?
Horus Rising, sorry. Yeah.
Horus Rising.
It is part of the Horus Heresy series of books. Horus Rising is one of the books that will get you like the basic details of the whole universe and all the major events
Nice.
circling around. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Very
That's
good.
all. Thank
I'll
you.
do that.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for
should
your
I
time.
play Space Marine 2?
Oh, absolutely. You should. You should. I have it on PS5. It is one of the best games of this year.
Okay,
Seriously.
amazing.
You should.
I am
Yeah.
currently obsessing over Age of Mythology Retold, because 20 years ago that was a game I was obsessed with, and now I am obsessing over this because it has become better, if you can believe it. I'm like, oh my god. But anyway, I will
Yeah,
check
I
this out.
never tried that. I will surely check this out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, let's take Satvik. Satvik, hello, but pause. I will talk to you. But here is something I want to say to Raj Yadav. Raj Yadav, you're an idiot. I said it in the beginning that there is a queue, right? You were there somewhere in the middle of the queue, and then like an idiot, to get my attention, you went like me with your hand going up and down. So you went to the end of the queue. Then you keep showing up again and again doing me because you're an idiot. You don't understand the rules of how this works. Look at these people. Satvik was waiting for so long. Satvik, how long have you been waiting? 1.5 hours.
I guess it's 12. So
Yeah, exactly.
Stream started.
Raj
Yeah.
Yadav, you are an idiot. Okay. So A, grow some patience in your life, and B, stop triggering my chat, you moron. कुछ भी करता रहता है ये आदमी. Anyway, Satvik, go on. Sorry.
So I just wanted to say I kind of, agree with the government when it comes to one nation, one election.
You agree with it?
Because after all, the first election happened simultaneously. Am I right?
Yeah.
The first election happened simultaneously.
Yeah.
So even the last should happen simultaneously. Matlab, it makes sense, right?
Oh.
खा लिया था, ये खा लिया. A complete circle for a democracy. So
Oh. Wow.
में
Yeah.
एक एक घूम लेगा. It will take a
That
final route.
that became dark very fast, but thank you.
And especially because whenever they plan something very big, as we know, it came to that it was a decade long, whatever. And ultimately, we know what happened. And I'm pretty sure karma has it. Another 3 decades for this, and we know what. So, if that happens, I think I must kind of have like little bit of feeling. Yeah, if they are so desperate, then maybe they deserve something better in life. So yeah,
Well,
that is what it
one
is.
of the things, like, I mean, okay. So here's the thing, right? I know this. It's a meme at this point of time, which is like, oh, Modi ji, one nation, one election karenge because last election. Right? Although I didn't see it coming right now, neither did chat. That was funny as hell. But it's actually a very sad thought if you think about it in a larger way, which is
I mean, what my friends were saying, it's one nation, one election. What is left? One party?
one party, one
That's
leader.
logical. Yeah, but one party is the next step. So I don't think it's very much there for you.
But you cannot do
Also, I
it.
wanted to come in.
You know, okay, I'm going to raise some hope, please, Satvik, allow me. I know,
Please.
like, it seems a little bleak, but at the same time, I trust in the craziness of India and chaos of India, and I don't think any sort of authoritarian party slash leader can survive for too long. There will be forces within India who will fight back because generally we are not okay with like our cultures and our identities being subsumed into one giant identity, which makes no sense.
So there are two things. First of all, about the calculations which have been proposed. Okay, देखो भाई, you are saying paise waste होते हैं. I get it. Okay, well let us assume we'll go with that. Okay, so we'll have one election, and after 5 years another election, and if we have a government collapsing and then we have an interim government, तो हमने 5 साल में, because generally if Lok Sabha is dissolved and a new Lok Sabha is elected, by default it's 5 years after.
Yeah.
Okay. But now if Lok Sabha is dissolved, then it will be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. तो आप 5 साल में 4 election करोगे, which is more expenditure.
But that's the thing, right?
You get
That's
it?
the moronic idea
So
that they
it's
have
not-
proposed in this committee report. I haven't seen it because nobody has seen it. But one of the things that they're saying, so you gave the example of Lok Sabha getting dissolved, right? So states का भी तो वही हाल है ना, which is like states, if it gets dissolved, like they elect for remainder term. So which means that Lok Sabha will have the same, which is, let's say, simultaneous election happens and then like survives for 3 years, and then like something happens and the whole thing crashes. Then what? Next election for 2 years, then another 2 years के बाद एक और election करोगे? Now that's expensive.
Yeah, so that's defeating the very purpose, which is the base argument. Ki
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
expensive, it's expensive, expensive.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the base argument.
Yeah.
Considering we don't even have that many EVMs on planet Earth, probably. We don't have that
We will
many.
have to
Nobody has gone
manufacture
into
them,
that.
which is also so
You have
stupid.
to manufacture as many EVMs. I don't know if any country has that many EVMs to even import.
Yeah.
That's second. One more thing we were discussing in the whole stream today in the radio callers, which I really commend people who have been speaking about the Israel, Palestine, and the bombings in Lebanon.
Yeah.
We were discussing about India's role, which is obviously apna dekh lo, we take our advantages when it comes to Ukraine, is Russia as well as Israel, Palestine.
Yeah.
There are countries which have done the exact opposite also. Like we have stood with the aggressors. There are countries which have stood with the oppressed also. So the examples, I think it will not be correct if I give South Africa as example. South Africa has supported the Palestinian cause, has somewhat supported the Ukrainian cause. They issued that criminal, because they are signatory to the International Criminal Court. So Putin would be arrested if he would have landed in South Africa, and they did not give him any immunity per se. There are certain countries in South America which are so far away from all of this and have broken ties with respective countries, if I'm not wrong. So there are countries who have taken that route as well. But the problem is obviously that has no benefits. The reason why we have taken this step is, well, Adani and also and etc., because they've always held this position here, ultimately the world is kind of very hypocritical. So might as well let's just live the way we
Correct.
can do best for ourselves.
Correct.
That is like
like
and I think
it's
this is
like
quite non-partisan in India.
क्या वो TTMM as they say. तू तेरा देख मैं मेरा देखता हूँ.
That is the attitude of our country for a long time now. And I really agree
Do
with
you think we
Trish
need
when
to
she
change
says
that?
but on what axis do we change that? That is one thing I agree with the current government. We don't have an axis when it comes to this. We are supporting Israel. We are supporting Russia when it comes to our benefits.
We are also
send aid to
supporting
Palestine. We
Palestine
send aid to
and Ukraine.
whenever we want the pictures. When we want the pictures, we send the aid, which is typical our stuff. Obviously, we have the best Instagram guy at the helm of things. So
Yeah, of
yes,
course.
we do our stuff, right? So that's how, for example, if I'm not wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong. Modi has visited West Bank. He must have been to Ramla. I'm pretty sure he has flown there as well. So we have a very long
He has
old
been to a war zone?
Yeah, please correct me. Yes, I think he has been to West Bank or he has visited, and definitely the Palestinian Authority, they have visited India. We have relationship. We have an embassy, if I'm not wrong, with Palestine. Our relationship with Palestine is older than Israel, as we all know. Our country's forefathers aligned themselves with Palestine more than Israel any day.
Yeah.
Because we, again, as
which
Trish
is
said,
what Trish
identify
was
with the
also saying.
Palestinian cause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct. So yeah, Modi ji, if I'm not wrong, please correct me because I did not have time to Google this. But I remember when he did visit Ramla, I had put this up and teased all my BJP loving friends. Dig. So yeah, if I'm not wrong, he has given a phone call or something. He has given a tweet saying we deplore such killing of civilians. That at least he has done. So our foreign policy is very interesting that way. And
Our foreign policy
yeah.
is basically we support peace. Like, I mean, we see, here's the thing, we have been traditionally known as non-aggressors. We are not aggressive. As a country, we don't like to invade territories outside. Within our country, we have local, like megalomaniacs who try to invade states and territories all the time. But at the same time, Bahar, we don't really care. Or we don't really want to. Neither is our army going to. We have a defensive army, but also we do help with. I believe didn't we send army people to the UN or NATO for specific missions, not war.
Yeah, we do. We do for missions. We are, I think, one of the larger contributors. If I'm not
Aid
wrong.
missions, right? Aid missions के लिए जाते हैं.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my
Yes.
thing is.
So that is the.
My thing is that is how we are, and that is I don't see a problem with it. Honestly, it's fine.
So there are two ways of looking at it. We can be like those countries who side the correct side because that is a very important decision to make. I am not shaming those countries because it takes a lot of guts to be a South Africa. I mean, South Africa is a more Western allied country. To go against all Western countries and said we will stand with Palestine is a lot of guts to take.
No, okay.
Especially considering.
Here's my question. So one thing that I was asking you also was that should we take sides, right? One of the things I feel like is antithetical to become for us wanting to be a superpower is this, which is we don't take sides. If we want to be a superpower, legit superpower like in America or whatever, we have to take sides. Essentially, we either have to side with the China Russia side of things or we have to side with the America West side of the things, right? Unless we do that, we will not get incredible benefits from either side. I feel like we are playing both way games right now. Maybe we are not capable of taking sides. That is another thing which I don't know.
See, one thing I'm pretty sure from Nehru to Modi, everybody has heard this line from Russia and America. If you want to be big, some prep talk, तुमको बड़ा देश बनना है, तो you please join a camp. And
Yeah.
something which I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure from to Modi, our diplomats have been saying, you can keep your stuff. We will. And I personally believe that it began a lot with embarrassment for our country, considering both the conflicts involve a lot of civilian deaths. Okay. But now, frankly, we have got a lot of benefit from it. So I know that these things are really harsh because I'm sounding very cruel. I get it, but in observing it from like a very what do I say, a strategic opinion, we have great autonomy. We're the only country which can do that. I don't recollect. Even Switzerland has not been able to do that with Russia. They had to not invite them to Davos. Finland has to break its long-standing neutrality, and we are able to do it. So that is a sense of a flex, you know. So the idea that flex means you have to be in a camp which throws missiles on people's houses is a very, sorry to say, Cold War era mentality.
I agree.
I think
And here,
we don't need to do it.
Sarthak is saying something interesting. Is like it's wrong. China didn't technically side with anyone. We shouldn't side with anyone. We should strive for our own success and what's right. I agree. I mean, I'm not like saying that we should take a side.
But that's the
asking a question.
That's the flex. So Chinese have actually, frankly, have not taken that much of a side, except for hugging Putin 5 times, which even Modi ji does. Okay? But they don't get the bad press.
Yeah,
they don't get the bad press. We don't get the bad press.
Also, even if they get the bad press, nobody cares because nobody is looking at it in China. So
yeah, that's there. But but they also, any dictator, even if their population is not, they're very touchy about how they are portrayed in the news.
Internationally,
Modi ji doesn't like it. Internationally, they just don't like it. They actually cry about it all the time, and then they start creating weird stuff like WeOn.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
To create something out of it.
Satvik.
So anyway, Meghna, thanks for talking.
Yeah. No.
Thanks for the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are there others in line? So I'll quickly move on. So
yes.
Thanks for.
Thank you, Satvik.
Okay. Good night.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye. Last caller I'm taking JM. Guys, who are waiting, sorry, but like this is the last caller I'm taking, and then we are going to call it a wrap. But please do come back. I will do this again soon, very soon. I know there are a lot of people who have been wanting to talk to me. JM is not here, I think, so I'm calling Yash. Oh, JM is here. Okay, let's call Yash also. Let's do 2. JM, hello, hi. Okay, Footloose is saying he has had his hand up since the beginning, but you're not in the queue, friend. JM, hi, can you hear me? No? Okay, I'm just going to invite people till I hear them. Footloose was here. I saw you before. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, good. I think I've been being moved back by Discord or something. I'm not sure what's
Yeah,
happening.
I saw you.
Either
You were
way,
waiting earlier also. I saw you were waiting for a while. Yeah.
either way, thank you for speaking with me.
Yeah.
So, पहले तो congratulations on joining Poha Gang.
I'm a Poha person. I'm from Nagpur, dude. Please, Poha is
Oh
in
yeah,
our
I mean,
blood. It
what
is
did
in
I
our
expect?
veins.
What did I expect?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question related to the one election, one nation, one election nonsense.
Sure.
Do you think it's a ploy on the BJP's part to gain more control in the states?
More control in the states. Yeah, absolutely. They want to destroy regional parties. That's what is happening here. So if they do one nation, one election, one of the very obvious things that will happen is that they will be able to spend all of their budgets in a focused way on that one phase of elections, right? So right now they have to divide up their budget according to state elections and la party budgets, right? If they do one election in one time, one period, all throughout, all of the focused budget will be on that, which will be extremely effective, which also means that they will have a lot more budget than any other regional party slash opposition party, which is such a direct advantage to them. Is just a no-brainer.
Oh yeah. But do you think that it will backfire? Because I think there's a good chance that it might backfire.
If it gets to that point, I think it might. Because there is this conventional
Because
wisdom which says that, I mean, it's a big question that people have asked, right? If the central election and the state election happen at the same time, on the same day, do people vote the same way? Right? And that's not true, because if you saw in Odisha's case, like this time it happened that they both voted for BJP in both state and center, like more or less. But at the same time, earlier, if you look at 2019 elections, they voted differently. Like they voted for BJP in the center, and then they voted for BJD in the assembly, right? Same with West Bengal, same with Delhi. So if you look at it that way, I feel like people are smart. They'll know the
yeah,
difference.
I I was going to bring up Odisha because BJD is quite unique in the sense that they don't pay too much attention to national level campaigning, right?
Yeah.
But because their elections are basically right next to, like, they happen concurrently with the Lok Sabha elections. So they don't pay attention to national campaigning. Naveen Patnaik goes around, does a bunch of rallies, they do a bunch of campaigning for their state elections, and then just manage to ride that wave into parliament. Do you think that would happen a lot more often if one nation, one election became a thing?
That's a possibility. But then again, as you said, Naveen Patnaik's case is a bit unique, right? I mean, like if you look at different
Yeah, of course.
states, like if you see Pinnarai Vijayan, or if you see like, I don't know, Khattar, like their style of functioning is starkly different, right? If you look at, let's say, West Bengal, right? Mamta Banerjee, she's a very combative leader, which is very opposite to what Naveen Patnaik does. So
Yeah.
you cannot really compare that way. There will be nuances in each. If you look at Delhi, right? Delhi mein half state, Kejriwal comes up, slaps Modi ji in the face the first time, they go for elections in a state. Metaphorically, guys, metaphorically, please, ऐसे मत बोल. Anyway, and Kejriwal basically insults the Modi ji when he comes in 2014. 2015, Kejriwal comes and is like, ये लो, इतना सारा सीट लाएगा मैं in the capital. So the dynamics completely change right there, which is like the people are, it almost seems like Delhi people were screwing with everyone.
I mean, that's true though,
It
because
is.
that's just how Delhi people are. Like I'm from Delhi, so
Yeah.
that's just how Delhi people are.
I know. We general a-holes, right? And I am now a
Huh.
33% Delhi person, okay? So I can say this. It's self-deprecating at this point.
Of course it is. And
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you can say this even if you weren't, living in Delhi.
Yeah.
But also with even with Kejriwal, I every time the not state, the assembly elections roll around in Delhi, I have not voted in any of them. But I have always felt that if at that time, somebody asked all of these voters कि भैया किसको parliament में डालना है, they would all say AAP.
Okay. But they didn't.
Because like they didn't, but AAP is, at least I think, when it comes to state matters, AAP is a lot better at whipping people into a frenzy than Modi ji is, which is ridiculous, I know, but I feel that way.
Sure, but I don't know, it makes sense in a way that so I've always thought about this, right? Where if I am going to vote, right, at the center and the state, what are my priorities that way? And again, I'm speaking from a very privileged perspective, right? So if I'm speaking from that, a lot of things which matter to a lot of people don't matter to me. Like for example, in a state election, if I'm voting for someone, I don't need to care about schools honestly, because I don't have a kid. I mean, selfishly speaking. Healthcare, I can afford private hospitals, so maybe I can do with that. I don't know, roads, again, most of the roads are in the center's hand here, so revenue is with them. Do I use public transport? Not so much. I have a car. So then my priorities completely shift, right? But at the same time, I know that people like my domestic help or someone else who basically has kids, sends people to school, needs state health, needs regularization of their colony, all the things, they will prefer Aam Aadmi Party when it comes to state, right? But then they might get swayed by something like a Pulwama when it comes to the central elections, which is the truism, which is like, oh, Modi ji हमको देश को बचा के रखेंगे, दुनिया में नाम करेंगे. But at the same time, Kejriwal is the one who will give me schools and and that and this, which I need personally, right? Then at a municipality level, it can be completely different.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think in a similar way when it comes to all of this kind of stuff, except I have a certain bit of loyalty to a certain party. So I'll give you an example, right? My constituency, I'm not in NCT Delhi, so my constituency is in Haryana. My constituency has had the same MP for 5 terms now, right? This is his 5th consecutive term. I'm happy with his work in my constituency. He switched parties in 2014 from Congress to BJP. I voted against him this time because I dislike the BJP more than I like his work.
Fair enough. So you basically were also questioning his loyalty then. Like, I mean, it's a...
I mean, loyalty, to be very honest, I didn't care at that, like at least in this election, I didn't think that I could afford to care about yeah, who my MP is personally. And I definitely did not think I could afford to put that over central policy. Because there are some things that the BJP is trying to do and has been trying to do for a very long time that personally affect me very, very negatively.
Fair enough.
So one of those things would be the anti-intellectualism thing, but that's a separate topic. Do you think I have time to ask one more quick question?
Sure. Also, being Yash and JM, if any of you have things to say, please do jump in. Footloose, yeah, last question, go.
Yeah.
Footloose, you go first.
Yeah.
I was just asking, this is not a very elaborate thing, but what is your advice for people who are thinking about getting involved in politics while they're in university?
While they're in university?
Yeah.
I have no experience with college politics, honestly, so I would be a bad person to ask
Not
this.
when I say getting involved in politics, by the way, I don't mean joining a party or whatever. I just mean protesting or things of that.
Oh, that so you should definitely do. I mean, the thing is just to experience it, what a protest feels like, what being a part of a protest crowd feels like, and also pick like a legit issue to protest against. Don't just like end up there and be like, haha, protest. No.
Yeah,
obviously, but the thing is, I feel like it's very important for like especially college kids bol raha hu main, college people to get involved in just so what tends to happen when you go to a protest, I think you start to develop empathy, which is very important, right? At a very young age, if you join protests, if you talk to people at the protest, if you understand what are their issues, and you understand why they are pissed off with the government and the authorities, you develop a lot of empathy just by being there, which I think is very valuable at a very young age. So whenever protest happens, I highly recommend you just show up at least.
Right. Yeah. So the reason I asked is because I remember you did a video on the whole like Galgotia's University little schism that happened there, right?
Galgotias,
Uh, yeah, and you said ki basically, college people shouldn't get involved in all of this.
No.
Not
I
that that was
said,
going to stop me, but I
see,
just
that
wanted
is
to
why
know
I
your views.
added that little disclaimer, right? You need to understand what you are protesting against also.
Yeah,
What
like
Galgotia's case
now I
was,
would file that under a non-issue.
yeah, because Galgotias, what they did was basically bunched up a bunch of people, said that, oh, tumko attendance milega, come have fun, get into a bus, go there, give them like placards, and they were like, for like 1.5 kilometers, that's it, right? That's not a protest. So
Exactly.
what the hell are you protesting
That's
against? It's your government. It doesn't make sense.
there isn't
Same with
really
Mamata
no
Banerjee, by
चीज़
the
कर
way.
रहा है.
Mamata Banerjee, when
Oh
she
yeah, I mean
protested,
that was ridiculous.
yeah, why are you protesting
That was
against
the
your own
funniest thing in the
government?
world. Like Mamata Banerjee, I was very angry about that, even more than when BJP does something stupid, because I actually like a lot of the TMC MPs. Like I like Derek O'Brien, I like Mahua Moitra. But Mamata Banerjee protesting against her own government was ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
Just resign
See,
if you
now
are that
here's the
angry.
thing: if you,
Just resign.
if like people were showing up for that protest, I would call them idiots. Because
Yeah.
why? Right? Because they don't understand what is happening, or B, they have party loyalties which are completely misplaced, right? Um,
Yeah,
if you want to join a
that
protest,
entire thing felt like
know why you're there. That's my only ask.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That entire thing felt like Mamata Banerjee like punting responsibility over to the CBI, who has done jack shit by sorry, who
Oh,
has done nothing by the way.
yeah. CBI has done
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah,
and yeah, and then just kind of looking for sympathy, which is horrifying. It's so stupid.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to Yash now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. And JM, I
Hi,
still can't
Meghna.
hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Yash, I can hear you.
Okay, hi Meghna. So
Hi.
this is the first time I'm talking to you. I sometimes send you some super chats or text you on a live chat. But yeah, so
Thank you
I
for
do
being
have
here.
a all right. So I had a few questions, but I can only remember just a couple of them right now.
Yeah.
And before the questions, I had very one small request, which I also posted on the stream chat before you came online,
Okay.
which was to like if it's feasible for you, can you please just get in touch with Puneet? I also posted the same request on Puneet's chat. So if it's feasible enough for you, can you please try to not to get your screens clashing with each other if it's feasible? Because
It's
you have your
not.
stream at 9 o'clock and he has.
It's not.
Oh,
Here's the thing. I have appointment viewing. I do Mondays at 9 and Fridays at 9. Right? I know Puneet satsangs usually happen on either a Wednesday or a Thursday. Today it happened on a Friday. I cannot help that.
uh, yes. So that is actually. Uh, so I actually was there for half an hour from 9 to 9:30, and then I switched to Puneet.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm also going to go back and listen to his satsang like tomorrow. So I usually watch his things later. Also. So like I mean you can watch my thing later also. So you have to pick, friend. You have to pick sometimes. Kya kar sakte
Yes, so I'm a member, but I went on to history.
hain? It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So anyway, the second question. So for some reason, so I'm an IT guy. I work in IT, right? So I was just looking GoDaddy, and I checked Meghna.com is not available.
Mm,
So
mm.
has it been reserved by you?
It has been reserved by someone here. I forgot who. It's one of my nerd friends who I know. I just forgot who. I think it's
All right.
Karthik
So
or
just
someone. I think it's Karthik. But someone had messaged me that, like I have reserved magnerd.com. In case you want it ever, please let me know. But I have forgotten. Which is so weird, but
Right. So
okay. We'll figure it
same thing
out.
here. After checking it out, I could see Meghna.in was available, so I have reserved Meghna.in.
Oh,
So
okay.
in case if
Yash
you
has
need that, just let me
magnerd.in.
know.
Please make notes. Please make notes. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. So if I can't find magnerd.com, then I'll come to you.
Uh, and so the idea behind that was कि, uh, so I already mentioned that I'm an IT person. I work in IT, right? So all of these activities, the things you're doing, the MPJ and going to the MP's houses and all of these briefs that you take to them. So m- I would like to like it's as my personal opinion. So
Hmm.
I would like for you to have let's just call it a website wherein all this information which should be available to the public because I think that could be in public domain.
Hmm.
We could make it available to the public on
Yes.
that website in a
Yes.
well organized way.
So
And uh,
so
yes,
I have been thinking about this honestly, and so Aitas, who is also a nerd friend, he helped us with briefs this time. We have been also like in conversation about this. If you want to like sort of be involved in this, so there is
definitely,
a big
definitely.
there is a project coming soon. I can't say much about it, which will require a website. So that is when I'm going to use that website to have all the information that we are doing for MPGA on there, and also use it for other purposes which I plan. So that is when I will sort of activate it a little bit. But I think Yash, what the point you bring up, I think a lot of people have been saying this, that the briefs, the things, what I genuinely want to do, is turn it into like a sort of a Wikipedia type situation where the briefs are being edited by like approved moderators or approved community people, etc., and they are basically going through the changes and asking people if they want to make changes to it, and then we are approving it, and then it is getting done. I don't know if it's possible. Again, not a
Understood.
tech person.
No, it definitely is. And along the same lines,
Hmm.
so this also it's along the same line, but it's a different thing. So and it also have my personal incentives involved. So
Hmm.
once again, a disclaimer: being an IT person, so sorry. Uh, I keep on doing certain small projects for my own learnings,
Hmm.
right? And I am quite inclined towards uh, data visualization and basically I have a lot of data stuff involved in my day-to-day work, right?
Hmm.
So what I have been doing for quite some time is that I've been trying to build up a platform which basically pulls up data from a site called data.gov.in, if you know
Ah,
about it.
yes, I know this one. Ooh, yeah, go
Oh,
go on,
nice.
go on, go on.
So basically, the idea behind it is, and I'll also give you just a very short story behind it, from where
Hmm.
the idea comes. So I just wanted to have this platform which will basically enable people to very quickly gather in the data from whatever context, or like let's say if we both of us are having a conversation about farmers in Maharashtra and their issues, right?
Hmm.
So and you quoted some number, okay, 80% of the farmers had this or that, and the crops failed and XYZ, right? So I have been working on a platform to make that information available as soon as possible, which will basically bring in data from this website and help you visualize it, give you some standard visualizations as a part
Hmm.
of it, and then uh, but you'll have to be a little bit educated about IT to make it feasible. It's not
Hmm.
like for regular public,
Hmm.
but if you are a tech savvy person, you can basically pull that information in a very user friendly way, and
Interesting.
then visualize it and get your insights quite quickly, and use those insights as a part of a conversation, because uh,
Because right now the
should not
data.gov.in is not very user friendly.
exactly. It
It's
is not
kinda
at
it's kind
all.
of just like a document dump basically made to look
Right. And
pretty.
also the data present there exists in silos. You cannot even
Yeah.
correlate
Yeah,
data across
exactly.
domains and
Oh,
dimensions,
that's a
right?
great idea, Yash. Like if you are making something like this, would I think a
So
lot of people in the community would be interested. By the way, sorry, just interrupting you. Val is inviting you to a server where you can basically also interact with other people, like Aitas, etc. So you can get in touch with Val, or actually you just write to me, megnerd@gmail.com, and I'll connect you guys.
I would certainly prefer that.
Yeah.
Uh, the thing was, so this was basically the premise. My point was, since I was already developing this platform just as a part of my learning process, not for the general public, but for my own learnings.
Hmm.
So I've wanted to like have your inputs. How could I like align it with whatever you're doing so that it could also
Interesting.
benefit you
Ooh,
as like in whatever you're
can
doing?
you make a nerdy data dashboard for me? Like, so
Oh,
you saw how I
certainly.
use the dashboard, right?
Definitely, definitely. Actually, I tried to
Ooh.
do it before the Lok Sabha elections, but I could not actually finish it in time to like even make it publicly available.
Oh,
I
fun.
spent I spent some money also on AWS costs for a couple of months, but yeah, I could not make it publicly available or
Oh, dude,
functionality at
please,
the point
please.
of
I would
time.
love to see it. I would love to see it. And so because you watch my content already, you know how I do it. So you are actually the best person to tell me how to make it better then. So I leave it to you. Like you make a dashboard for me, data dashboard, etc., where we can get quick data, etc., from this website. Wonderful idea. I think that's a great idea.
All right, so I'll basically email you and give you a brief regarding what I have as of
Yes.
now, and then give you
Yes.
a few samples regarding this, and then maybe you could take it
Yeah.
off from there.
My one of my ideas was I was going to also like ask my community ki if there are any data slash IT people slash analytics people who just want to come together and brainstorm some ideas of things we can do as a community. So I'm going to try and set that up soon. I've been thinking about this for a while. So, but for now, what you can do is, so Val is currently in the audience also, by the way. So you can add him or he can DM you, whatever. So you guys can be on that server that they have. So they keep me informed about what is happening. So rest assured, but you also email me.
Oh, I'll certainly do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Yash. Thank you for being here. I'm now going to end this stream.
thanks, Meghna.
Thanks. JM, unfortunately, I still can't hear you. So next time, friend, I'm going to hear you out. We will talk again. Friends, please do like the stream. I hope you had fun. I'm going to end the stage also. Discord people, thank you for waiting and thank you. And sorry for the people I couldn't get to. Next time, I will do that. Bye bye. Um, mm, mm, mm. So yeah, so that was the stream, friends. Oh wow, we have gone almost till 4 hours. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, Democracy or IRL online experimental for Mega and Giga supporters. So in case you are there, be there. Thank you so much for watching. This is a fun little stream, not a little one, a large one. So thank you, and I will see you on Monday. Monday. Bye bye. Very good stream. Very good stream.